Hello and welcome to Season 14, Division 5G, Match Day 6, the penultimate day of the season for this division. Yeah,
That's about right.
yeah. And then after this, we'll be doing either a play-in or a training grounds, right? Or no one's actually talked about that yet, have they? We don't know what we're doing.
I don't think that's even come up yet.
No,
Nope.
no one knows.
We can do if we want to. Don't mind.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay, yes. How are you? Anyway, we've already talked about we kind of talked about that off stream, but how are you doing?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah,
all very good. Thank you.
that is not just me
Eager
checking.
to talk some Blood Bowl.
Okay, and not because
Weird, right?
not talking about your own division though, obviously.
Oh, let's not talk about my division. This season is a write-off.
I mean, it's only
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong.
It's match day 6. It can't be that bad. You've still got like half the season left because it's not in Tier 5.
Got one win that was an admin win. That's my points for the season so far.
Maybe
not good.
Maybe you've been playing the better teams in the division first. So I had the reverse of that in OCC, where all the best teams I'm not playing until the end of the season. So it looks like I'm doing amazing up until last week, where I haven't, and I'm not expected to win. I'm not expecting myself to win any of my last 4 games, basically, because they're all against the 4 people who should be at the top of the division.
No, that's not too bad. I played 3 of the top 4, and Andy Davo, who's in 7th.
Yeah, so
and then someone that's in 9th. But
is there someone in 9th, Dimmy, by any chance? Is that the?
No, Dimmy's in 1st.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Dimmy's top.
Champ life.
Which was the opposite to what everyone thought going into the season. Well, I say everyone, I mean mainly Dimmy.
Yeah, even Dimmy didn't expect it to happen.
He was expected to be in last from the chat that we had in our Discord bit. Or at least he was saying he thought he was going to be last. It might have been false modesty.
He's going to be trying hard, But
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, such is life.
It's all good.
Are you going to stick with the high elves to the end of the season?
I'm sticking with them till the end of the season, definitely. I can't quit mid-season, otherwise I can't play next season.
Yes, I meant,
But I'll see whether or not I carry them over. I'm not intending to at the moment.
Because too many of them have died?
Yeah, too many of them died. Would like to play something different. A couple of different bits on there.
Bash, you're going to go Nurgle?
No, I'm not going Nurgle. If I go Bash, I might go Orc, but I'm unlikely to. I'm probably going to go something weird like Underworld or Kislev.
I mean, you call them weird.
I shouldn't do.
Yeah, because of a team of high elves have died. You probably shouldn't play Underworld because they're even more, prone to dying.
I don't mind the deaths. The deaths are fine. I think the issue that I'm having is just little things are going wrong every now and then. I need to work out whether it's me or whether it's more of the dice thing.
Always assume it's you.
I do assume it's me.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I need to actually
work out
watch
exactly
the games properly.
Yeah.
Figure out where I'm going wrong, and actually try and correct it a little bit. Or whether or not I was playing much different to last season, because I've got a couple of games from last season backed up, so I might have a look at a couple of those to see whether or not I'm actually playing differently, playing worse, because I was doing much better last season.
But in last season, you were in Division 4.
I'm Div 4 now.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It could be that I'm up against a different bunch of people that are better. That could be part of it.
Yeah.
But figure it out.
Indeed.
I'm sure eventually, maybe. Probably not.
Anyway, talking of watching games, I have actually watched. I've at the very least skipped through every game in both divisions this week, so I have at least a vague idea of what happened in all the games. And that,
amazing.
So like in some of them, I might have just like skipped forward turns and watched where the ball moved and stuff, but
it's better than nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. But actually, for 5G, I've taken fairly, good notes, I think. But anyway, so the first game of the week for 5G is the Big Green Wah Machine against Ratfus, which surprisingly ended as a draw. Um,
Yep. I don't think anyone expected that.
well, I think did no one predict it at all? I think was
No
that
one
one.
predicted it,
Yeah.
so yeah, nobody did expect it.
Yep. And like, okay, so the main thing I'm going to say, I made like a lot of notes, but the big thing to
Mm.
say is the Orcs were playing against Skaven. The Skaven had a strip ball gutter runner, and the Orcs left the one sure hands player they had on the bench, which is the thrower.
And it was still 1-1.
Yeah, and not just for so the Orcs received the throws on the bench. I'm like, well, maybe that's a mistake.
I would have thought so. Otherwise, why
Yeah,
bother having him?
yeah. And they pick up, and the rats do a bit of a dodgy, get all the gutter runners through some 1 in 9s dodges, and and then 2 pluses to make a 2 dice on the blitzer who ends up with the ball. But like with the strip ball, it's a push, and obviously the ball scatters free. But
Yeah.
like, why not have the thrower on the pitch? What's the point? That's 90. That's a 90 TV player. Oh, he said at
I'm just
least.
responding to
Oh,
G-Cell.
yeah, yeah. I
Yep.
actually did watch all of them. So yeah, there you go.
I didn't want to interrupt you mid talk.
Yep, no, it's
So
fine.
I thought
Yeah,
I'd just type.
yeah,
Bit easier.
yeah. It is. You're right.
But yeah,
But yeah, like I don't understand, and like so, they didn't bring the thrower on for any of the other drives either. The thrower literally sat on the bench for the whole game. I don't know if the
that
thrower and the coach had an argument, and
maybe he was trying a game out without the thrower because we carry on talking about I carry on talking about how much I don't like them very much.
yeah, maybe.
Maybe he's thinking about ditching it.
But like then you've got a game where you're spending 90 TV for a player you're not even bringing on. It seems odd to me.
It does seem odd, but I suppose he knows he's not going into the next round. Into the upper part. He's not going into the play-ins. He'll be going into training grounds. So it's all about XP. Maybe he doesn't want more XP on the thrower. Well, SPP.
Yeah, well you do. Yeah, and did he? Oh
I suppose
crap!
technically he wants a touchdown with him so that he gets a level up, but
But maybe that is if he is deciding whether he wants to keep him or not. And I've showed the team now, but he did score his 1 touchdown on a blitzer, who
yep,
was on 3S actually no on
4 it would have
four
been.
SPP already.
Yep.
So I've showed he's already got guard.
Cool.
But yeah, the oh wait a second.
We were discussing your leaving the thrower on the bench,
Yeah.
Triumvir,
Oh yeah.
and whether or not you were intending to possibly fire him, and you were testing out playing without him, maybe.
Yeah. Why not bring the thrower on the pitch? Probably will fire him. I assume that means.
Fair enough.
I
like it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, definitely going to sit him on the bench.
Yeah, gonna dump him soon.
The one game where I think that he was actually a good idea was against the Rats, though, because the Rats.
Yeah, the strip ball.
The Rats having strip ball, is a reason to have that that sure hands, right?
Yep.
And that's what happened. The ball got stripped by strip baller. But the Orcs did get it back together and did end up scoring on that first drive anyway.
Nice.
Oh no, they didn't. No, they didn't. They got
it. Scored later.
No, they on turn 7, the Rats did another red dice, and it was interesting. The Rats did a red dice that could have led to the second block being a 1 die, which is kind of a bit pointless because you might as well just do the first red dice, in my opinion. Does that make sense? So they had a block on a corner of the cage that if he'd have knocked the player down, would have put a rat into position to make the blitz that he did a 1 die, but he's doing a red die to get 1 die when he could just do the red die in the first place. And that was with a lineman that pushed the ball onto where the strip ball gutter was as well, which I thought was quite was quite clever,
Yeah.
but got 2 pows anyway. So the ball carrier blitzer went down, the ball scatters, and the strip ball gutter is now free to dodge out, pick up the ball, run round. And they get quite far away from the Orcs, but I think there was a snake on turn 8 that means the half ends up 0-0. So then the rats receive the ball, and there's a riot, so there's less turns, and the rats 2 turn, and then the Orcs have 6 turns to score. And again, the Orc thrower is on the bench. But this time, I think the strip baller was actually off the pit, was KO'd at this point, and there were maybe like 6 or 7 rats left on the pitch for the Orcs' second drive. They score on turn 15. I think the Orcs should have stalled to turn 16. There was no point in scoring on turn 15, and all it did was give the rats a chance at 1 turn.
There's not too many dangers. Yeah, stalling is going to be better, isn't
Yeah,
it?
no, there were no dangers at all. I'm not sure the logic for scoring on turn 15,
Especially not against rats.
especially not against rats. But the rats get a 1 in 9 for their opening block on the 1 turn, and so that's it.
Ah. I still don't hate the idea. If you're thinking about getting rid of the thrower, and you're not in it, you're going into training ground, so it's SPP, not results. Trying a game without him isn't the end of the world.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, Saints,
And as Triumvir is saying, going to dump him soon, maybe even this match.
Yeah, I mean, if you think you coped well enough with him with 90 TV sitting on the bench for the whole game, and you're only sure hands against a strip ball team not playing, then yeah, definitely there's no reason to keep him. The fact he's AV7 as well. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not normally as anti thrower as Spoon is. Depends. I like them, especially early on, because of this, because of wood elves and rats with strip ball, and how problematic it can be for slow teams like Orcs to control the ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, AV7, and Orcs can survive without him.
I like them when I'm playing low team value and I'm desperately trying to win.
Yeah. So like
when I'm in Division 5 of an Eternal League where I don't really want to go into the playoffs or anything, I would probably play without the thrower. Well, so I'm not entirely anti-thrower.
Yeah. It's interesting. Definitely noticed this game how underdeveloped my team felt. It's kind of, it's unfair to compare bash teams against rats or elves, because they develop so quickly if they want to. A few lucky MVPs and vanity passes, and this team looks very well developed as well. Have Ratfus played a lot of games?
No, he's just scored a stupid amount of touchdowns.
Yeah.
He should have played a similar number of games. But yeah, he's got a lot of development from it.
Yeah, so he's almost averaging 3 touchdowns a game, like 2.5 touchdowns every game.
Yeah, 23 touchdowns, 18 passes.
Yeah.
You can't keep up with that sort of thing as a bash team.
No. Especially not early on. So early on, your mighty blow is what gets you extra SPP, and you don't have very much of it. And that's why a lot of bash coaches, get mighty blow earlier.
It.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see it being a struggle to make moves against a lot of the team.
Yeah.
Without tackle as well, it's a horrible experience sometimes playing these sorts of games.
Interesting. The TV's very close though. Like it was only enough for a babe was the difference, right?
Yeah. If there hadn't been that thrower, that would have been
a wizard
nearly rather than a babe.
Yeah. So would you have rather had a wizard than that thrower sitting on the bench? And the answer is probably yes.
Well, I would imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't see many times where you wouldn't rather that.
But rats can be pretty efficient, so it's
Yeah.
not a great comparison.
No, he's got a couple of mighty blow on the team as well. The rats do, so there was the potential to possibly cause some problems. Turns out they didn't in the end, but yeah, they had the potential to.
And no one predicted this result, right? 1-0.
Not a single person.
Not a single person. So our prediction score remains the same.
Keeping it nice and easy to update.
Yep. So next game.
Yep.
Is I'm kind of surprised actually because a draw, orcs don't mind drawing. Anyway,
I think it's just because the rats have been scoring so much so often.
and this is going to be the opposite where everyone's going to have gone for this one, aren't they? So the CD Warriors, the Chaos Dwarves. Oh no, wait, we missed something. Which was there were 2 levels on the rats.
Ooh.
Sorry,
yeah, I did miss that completely.
because I was talking about the level on the orcs, so we kind of skipped over the fact that 2 gutter runners leveled up: a wrestle gutter runner and a wrestle guard gutter runner. And they don't have any tackle on the gutter runner yet, and they do have a strip. So I'd make the non-guard one a tackler, assuming normals, and I'd make
the guard one a sidestepper.
Yeah, sidestep.
Yeah. I would agree with those 2 moves. I don't think he's taken them, has he?
Oh no, you're right. He's not taking them. And worth mentioning that the guard storm vermin got MNG'd as well.
Yep. And so did a random line rat, but I don't think that's quite as worth mentioning.
No, not at all.
But I felt remiss. As we were mentioning that part, might as well mention the other guy.
Yeah.
Just so he doesn't feel left out.
Yeah. So the next game was the CD Warriors, Owendor, against Eliod's Rowdy Vanti Passers, who actually made Vanti Passes this week, and not just passes, not just passes that, oh look, I made a bunch of passes, but they were actually on the way to scoring. He actually passed it from one player to another in the backfield without going forward at all. I think that's the first time I've seen the Rowdy Vanity Passers actually do that. Admittedly, I guess it's still not that rowdy when you're miles back, right? I don't know.
I suppose it's against Chaos Dwarves, and they've only got 1 fast player. And if you want to get them to actually try and commit a little bit, that's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, true. Oh, but that Vanity Pass, the game was already over by that point. So the Chorfs receive.
Yeah.
The Chorfs.
It's not quite as rowdy if they've already won the game by the time they start Vanity passing.
Yeah. Well, the Chorfs receive. The Chorfs have Grashnak, by the way. And they just don't have a bribe, and they decide to foul before picking the ball up. When the ball's not really very well protected. And obviously the elves, and obviously I should say, the ref sends the player off, and the high elf doesn't get injured. So the high elves stream through, make a little wall for the Chorfs not to be able to get to the ball. And the next turn, the Chorfs hit a high elf. They get a push, they decide to greed it, and they get double skulls, so they still don't get anywhere near the ball, and the high elves just score. And then on the next kickoff, the high elves get a blitz. So the Chorfs just had no real chance.
No real chance to get into it.
Actually, the blitz didn't really win the game for Eliod that much, and it kind of it was just a chance to fail a dodge really, and he snaked it. Didn't get much pressure on at that point, but enough to.
It still puts you on the back foot.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't really need to be when you've just lost out from double skulls and a foul being sent off.
I mean, it was a bad play. Just saying.
Yeah, the fouling idea doesn't sound great from what you said.
No, maybe the ball carrier was. I don't think the ball carrier was even an assist. I think he just should have picked it up first. But yeah,
if you can't protect it well enough and stop them from getting to it,
no,
then picking it up would have been better.
So
Then fouling.
after the blitz, and it didn't have a bribe. I don't understand. Anyway.
He's not a dirty player. He would have wanted to use it.
Yeah, and a spare player because he had crash snack as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, get the ball first against elves, especially. Jeez.
Sure.
And the Chorfs now do cage up and do protect the ball well, but they move a bit too slowly and end up having to sideline cage, and the cage is based.
Oh,
So both
even worse.
Both corners, for want of a better word, of the triangle of the sideline cage get pushed away, and it's still a dodge. I think it might have still been a dodge, or it might have been like if one of them was a push, it still would have been a dodge into do the surf, but
yeah,
it wasn't a dodge. It was just a push him off the field. Ball scatters away. Elves pick it up, set up a scoring threat. The Chorfs blitz the ball, and then don't have enough players to recover the ball and get the ball back to score on turn 8. So they should have blitzed the scoring threat, not the ball.
Yeah.
And I think they could have, and that would have.
If they had no scoring threat themselves, then yeah. Agreed.
So they did have a scoring threat. They had a bull centaur who had to do a 5+, 4+ dodge, and 3 GFIs to get into the end zone.
Yep.
And then their only throwing threat that I could see was Grashnak. So they would have had to.
So their scoring threat wasn't much of a scoring threat.
No, it wasn't. To the point where I wouldn't have gone for the scoring threat. I would have just hit Eliod's scoring threat. Going into the half, 1-0 down isn't too bad, but yeah, 2-0 down, which is what happened.
Although you are about to kick to the elves, so maybe that fed into it a bit.
Well, but the elves theoretically could that logic suggests the elves are going to score on their drive anyway, so it's going to be 2-0 up.
They've got a good chance of scoring. It's difficult to come back.
Yeah, it is. The funny thing is, Eliod got 2 turns where he snakes first action, and loses the ball on his drive after having made some fancy passes. Loses the ball on the halfway line, failing a dodge or whatever. Actually, no, he doesn't fail a dodge. He just fails to move forward any further, and then the Chorfs get a hit on the ball. But basically, the ball hangs around the middle for the rest of the game, and no one scores anymore. So it's 2-0 to Eliod.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Interesting one, it sounds like.
Yeah, I do think Owendor made some errors. And unfortunately, the MVP went to one of the loner hobgoblins. But it's hard,
I think he's got a relative. I don't know whether he's planning to keep this team on after this season.
Yeah, you think he was playing lax because he doesn't care, basically?
But possibly. It can happen.
Yeah.
When he suffered that much attrition early on with a bash team.
Yeah, I mean, but it's still it's always good to train yourself to
try and win every game.
Yeah,
and do the right things.
Yeah, or just simple. All right, Rob, how are you? Just the turn ordering, right? Just just not fouling before you've picked up the ball is something that it doesn't matter how slack you're feeling. Probably a good idea to pick up the ball first.
Yeah, staying in good habits.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Rob Top.
Good habits is the phrase I was looking for.
Yeah.
So MVP going to a loner means that was a 0 SPP game, but no one died.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Even with I don't know. I'd take one of the hobgoblins that hasn't leveled dying in order to get more SPP on a Chorf, probably.
Yeah.
But fair enough.
That's the other thing. You're by playing looser, you're in less control of where the SPP are. So if he'd have scored, he would have scored on someone who he would have scored on his dodge sure hands hobgoblin probably, and That would have been
Got him
good.
closer to Blodge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As it was, he got no SPP at all. And on the other hand, there we go. Look, there's the two vanity passes from Lobbit. At least one of them was a real vanity pass. And 2 touchdowns. So the plus Agi dodge catcher gets block, I assume. Levels up.
I don't think he's actually taken it yet.
No, he hasn't.
But I think I would go block.
Yeah, no, I think this is a block one. You want him to not be on the floor that much. You don't want him to get punched. Plus, actually, is probably going to be your recovery after the strip.
He said in the high elf channel he's leaning towards block.
Yeah, cool. And he's almost got a full team. Look, he's
he's getting back.
Yeah,
it can happen.
It can happen indeed. Of course,
it's the constant cycle. It's fine.
Yeah.
He'll get back up to a full team with a sub, then he'll lose a couple of players, then he'll get back up to a full team with a sub, then he'll lose them. Just constantly be cycling through linemen.
Yeah.
Poor linemen.
I mean, that's why they're linemen. If they were any good, they wouldn't be linemen.
But they are good. 6-3-4-8 is not a bad stat line.
No, for any non-elf team, it would be an amazing player to have on your, like the thing
exactly.
The thing with what's the Pact, Chaos Pact, where you've got a dark elf. That's awesome. Yeah, he's a lineman. He's not.
Is it a lineman?
Yeah.
All right.
I think.
Fair enough.
I think his movement's 6.
I'll be finding some more stuff about Pact when that new Spike magazine comes out in a couple of weeks. As it's including Pact in it.
Yeah, so it's the top one from every division, and the top, as G-Self says, the top 2 are two of the second places. Is that the best way of saying it? In G-Man. Yeah. Which
currently Illusion is the second best second place.
Ah, cool.
Even though he drew, it didn't drop him down any. There is one second place that's on 14 points, and then there's 2 others that are on 13, the same as him. So if he wins next week, he should go through to the play-ins.
He's got a very good chance of.
Yeah, I think he's got something like a plus. He's got 6 more touchdown differential than the next nearest team.
Okay.
If he wins, he's probably going to go through. I think his touchdowns is the next thing after points. I can't exactly remember.
It's either touchdowns or differential, isn't it? I think so. I think touchdown.
Yeah, sorry, his touchdown differential is touchdown differential. He's got +6 touchdown differential compared to the next one. I think he's on +10 touchdowns, and the next person is on +5 or something like that. So they'd have to score a lot in order to get ahead. If he doesn't win, then anything could happen. But if he does win, he's got a decent chance.
Top 4 play. Is it top 4?
Is it 4 playing divisions? I think so. I think it was last season, or is it not this season?
This season it's 3. Right?
That's why we've got fewer.
So there's 18 teams. Yeah, I think that's right. I can't.
Yeah, that sounds about right. We're up to 0 or something like that, which is around the middle of the thing, isn't it?
Yeah. There's definitely 18 places, and 3 of the places.
In which case, the top 3 second places, then maybe.
No, because the last place goes to the best Greenhorn team. Greenhorn?
Best ramp-up.
Ramp-up team, that's the word, yeah.
Best current ramp-up team.
So all the ramp-up coaches are in a separate division, like a theoretical division, not a real division. So even if a ramp-up coach came into one of the 5 divisions, they'd be counting towards their ramp-up competition, not their actual division. Yeah.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah. So 15 places plus 2 second places plus 1.
Ramp-up.
Ramp-up.
Cool.
In G-Man.
Yeah.
Because there's a different.
Rel's different and Big O is completely different.
I think Big O's just 1 division, right? So 6 places, and they've got 6 divisions, so they only have the top 1. I don't know.
I haven't looked at Big O this season. I know that it's always very different to Rel and G-Man.
Yeah, they're basically their own autonomous division, area, right? So
Yep.
anyway, I've updated the predictions. Basically, everyone. I assume that was everyone who voted got a point, right?
I think Irwindor might have voted for himself in the end.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Owen Dor didn't get a point for that one.
Yeah,
Um,
someone definitely voted for Irwindor.
mhm.
It wasn't a complete whitewash. Yeah, Irwindor voted for himself, which makes sense.
Yeah,
I think he was planning to kill the elves. I think he was saying last week.
yeah, it's a good
Which I
plan.
suppose the instant fouling
Yeah.
shows that he was trying. It just didn't go so well.
Mm. No, I guess 1 in 3 for a send off, as opposed to
1 in 3 for a pickup.
Yeah.
Well, for a failed pickup.
Yeah, true. Okay, so the next game is the Undead against the Necro. The Bone Idols against Ultimate Evil
Ultimate
Alliance.
Evil.
Yeah. And this one was one of those games where both teams got turned over. So first of all, the Undead received.
Oh.
I thought they did quite well at moving around, but the Necro managed to base the ball, and the Undead couldn't push everyone away. So they had dodge out, and the dodge was 1 in 9. The Wolves picked up the ball, more or less ran it, home, and then scored on turn 8. Can't remember.
Yeah, I think with the injuries, neither team's going to be particularly happy with this result.
Yeah, there were quite a few removals. There were a lot of regens as well. So you think it's bad what you can see. So I will show the.
I can see a little bit. There's like 2 per team or something, but
yeah,
if there was a lot of regens as well.
There were like 3 or 4 deaths, but 3 of them.
Wow.
3, but all but one of them regened, right? Where are we?
Bone Idols haven't made a regen roll there.
No. Oh, so there were only 2 regens that passed, but I think they were both deaths. Is that it? I can't remember. Something like that.
Yeah. 2 regens that passed, and it looks like they weren't actually hurting anyone other than the ghouls then on the Bone Idol side, as they didn't get to make regen rolls.
No regen rolls for ghoul.
Harsh.
Yeah. And then
it makes sense, focusing in on the ghouls.
Yeah. And then in the second half, the Ultimate Evil Alliance went for a quick score, and the kind of reverse happened. So the Undead blitzed a white, and the white died and regened, and ended up basing the ball. Which
was that the white that got niggled?
No, he no. Yes, it was. Yes, the white that got niggled got killed, regened it, and then got niggled again later.
Oh, bloody hell!
Rough. Yeah, like literally dead, but regened.
Instead of just semi-dead or dead in our eyes.
Yeah, exactly. With regen, like it's niggle. Yeah, you're probably still firing, right?
I think so. This early on, you're going into training grounds, aren't you? I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you got a chance to level up.
You've got a chance to level up a new one.
Yeah, and the MVP
without affecting your overall standing.
Yeah, and the MVP landed on the guard zombie, so you're probably gonna have another block guard player fairly soon, anyway.
Of all the zombies for it to land on, that's the one that I wouldn't mind it being on.
Yeah, exactly.
Although there's others that would get levels, but you don't really want a huge number of zombie levels.
No. Anyway,
rather try and be more top heavy.
Yeah, the Necro Drive, they almost actually scored, even though the ball got based, but they failed a dodge, which they used the reroll on, and then failed a GFI, and then got a blitz on the ball like by the touchdown line. And
was it a necessary GFI?
I don't think they should have made it. I think they should have stood on the goal line. They probably would have been punchable, but being punched, I think, was safer than,
GFI without a reroll.
The GFI without a reroll at that point, But maybe he did the whole order of things. What bugs me more is the next turn, the werewolf who failed the GFI blitzed the undead player who had picked up the ball, the white, knocked him down, The ball bounced onto the werewolf. It was a 5+ because he was also at that point after the frenzy follow up in a
Next to someone.
into a ghoul tackle zone, and he re-rolled the 5+,
Ooh.
which I is one of those things I think you should get taught early on. Don't
Don't do
re-roll.
that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't re-roll scattered catches, especially when there's an like maybe if you're like completely surrounded by players, there's no way to dodge out, and wherever it scatters, the opposition are probably going to get the chance to get the ball. Maybe then, that kind of.
Yeah, or if that's your last player that hasn't moved, so you've got no one else to try and pick the ball up with.
He still had.
Maybe, but even then on a 5+, I still don't think I'd like to do it on a 5.
No, and he still had movement left. So literally he was on the floor next to the player with the ball. So he did he 3 of his movement we used standing up and a 4th blitzing, and he still had another 4 left to. So the ball bounces off him because he doesn't manage to catch it because it's a 5+. He dodges out to pick it up, and it's the werewolf without dodge, and he uses his reroll, fails to dodge, lands on the ball scatters out.
Ugh.
Undead get the ball. There's a bit of to
It
and
sounds
fro.
like he would have failed whichever way then, probably, because he would have.
No, because if he'd have kept the reroll,
he would have failed if he'd kept the reroll. Then when he did dodge out, he might have failed there because he rolled those certain dice already.
No, but he instead of failing the 5+ catch for the second time, he would have been
passed the dodge.
He would have been making the dodge, right? So assuming the same dice.
Yep. Then he would have passed the dodge, then failed the pickup,
which he now would have had a reroll for.
Would have had a reroll for. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
But yeah, you can't second guess these things. It's generally a bad idea to reroll bouncing ball catches.
Like 95%.
Yeah.
With.
Yeah. Like you can
1 in 20 is reasonable.
You're allowed to reroll them with pro, or if you literally can't do anything else for the rest of the turn, and you've got to reroll every turn. How about that?
I'm still not sure. Yeah, I'm still not sure about the 5+ one, but if you've got the reroll, you've got nothing else to do.
Yeah. Anyway, dead sure hands ghoul, and MVP lands on the touchdown ghoul, which suggests that another sure hands could instantly replace Patella with spineless.
Or is he planning to use the agility 4 one? See, I suppose actually you want the options with the ghouls, don't you? Because they do disappear.
The agility 4 rolled agility before the sure hands one got sure hands. I remember being
sure hands then.
I remember kind of being irritated that he took sure hands on the non-agi one. But your problem has been fixed.
Or is this one now going to be the wrestle one?
He did have a wrestle. Did he have a wrestle one to start with, and then he fired it? I can't remember.
I'm honestly not sure. Yeah, no. It's been a while.
Anyway, I think he should go for block or wrestle as a first skill, and you wait for sure hands for late skills anyway. Even if you didn't have the agi up, as you have the agi up.
He's not had a wrestle one. He's had the sure hands one and a plain one. Die.
Oh, we can see, can't we, by looking in the. Anyway. Yep, cool. And guard mummy is.
Well, if it gets block, it gets block. If not, stand firm.
Yeah, those are my 2 choices too. Oops.
I don't think there's a particularly good other choice, really.
Break tackle on movement 3 isn't great, is it?
I wouldn't hate getting one eventually, but
grab's
amazing. Grab's pretty good.
Yeah, but stand firm's just that little bit better.
Yeah.
He's gone for break tackle.
Ooh. No, I don't like it. But he has gone for wrestle on the ghoul at least, which I do like.
Indeed. For a second there, because of the lineup with the other sheet, I was like, he's gone for thick skull on the ghoul. Oh no, it's fine, it's skeleton. I don't hate it.
For one thing that I like and one thing that I don't like very much.
I don't hate break tackle.
No. I like the maneuverability and stuff. He hasn't got a nega trait, so it makes it a little bit less risky.
Yeah, doesn't even have loner. So.
And he doesn't have loner. It's just the movement 3 part, which I suppose if he's finding that he's getting the mummies tied up and that he thinks that if they could just dodge out and get those free spaces, then it'd make it a bit better.
Yeah.
If that's what he's finding as a problem, then it definitely makes sense.
Or maybe if they're sensible enough that, one dodge into a crowd with strength 5 isn't that bad,
Yeah.
might give you something quite good. You do get a lot of piles of players where that kind of thing can work out.
Yeah. No, let's say it's not the worst skill. I would have rather have had stand firm just because it makes him more annoying, but
yeah, and
that's making him more annoying for other people rather than making him more empowering, I suppose, for him to play with him.
I mean, stand firm also does give you more SPP, right? Because people try and push you away.
Can't push you away, I suppose.
You
Yeah,
get to hit them.
technically.
Whereas, you would have got the SPP from the blitz, even if you hadn't break tackled with a mummy. So it doesn't improve his leveling. Anyway.
Although I suppose it's going into a new division soon, so he might be up against Norse or something, which will be trying that sort of thing all the time.
Yeah, true. Dwarves. Anyway, and no levels for the Necro.
Nope.
So, who thought that... damn it, lock the task.
There was quite a few of us that went for a draw on this one.
Which is surprising, because it's like normally not something everyone goes for, but... Oh, well, 3 of you, and you being one of them, so...
Yep.
That
3 people went for the undead, 3 people went for the draw.
Ooh.
Sadly, nobody, not even Sevtech, went for the win for the
Oh,
Necro.
really? Oh.
He went for the draw as well, I think.
Which was canny.
Yeah.
Because he was right.
Yep.
And
maybe he was playing for it. Probably not.
Probably not. No.
No.
Not when he lost the ball in the first half. He wasn't.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. And that's that. Yep. Okay. So last game of the week, and
the game you've been waiting for.
The game that I'm sure you've been waiting for, as well.
I was quite happy seeing the result.
Uldar against the Goblins. Only one person predicted the result.
Yep.
And I guess we can show the leaderboard now. Well, this first draw for Uldar.
Yeah, I think so.
And I got to admit, I skipped through this a bit, but basically there was no touchdown in the first half. There were just removals, and there were a lot of removals.
I think I saw something like 5 elves got removed or something for casualties, and then KOs as well.
Yeah, no, there were like... I have made notes so I could actually check.
But there were 5 casualties and 3 KOs, haven't we?
Yeah, so, not great for elves. And the elves, there were only 11 elves in the first place, right?
Yep. Makes it tough.
Makes it
tough.
He
hasn't got the stupidly ridiculous stat freak ones like what XCAM has got that makes that a bit more plausible to do.
Plus strength blitzer. But basically, it was a bloody affair where Uldar lost at least 4 players in the first half, and the Goblins lost 4, but the Goblins have 14 players.
Yep.
So, they still started the second half with 11 players, even though 3 of their secret weapons got sent off.
Did they must have managed to afford 1 or 2 bribes? 2 bribes then, maybe?
There was 1 bribe.
1 bribe.
Actually, yeah.
I don't think they paid anything extra. So
no,
1 bribe.
It was 1 bribe. Maybe that was 2 of them were sent off, and then it was Uldar's drive in the second half, and Uldar scored really quickly, and the Goblins had all the time in the world to score back. And in fact, they scored like turn 12 or 13, so they even had they were pushing for the 2-1 Goblin win. In fact, where was it? Yeah, turn 12 is when the Goblins scored, and the Elves kind of almost, looked threatening still with only like 4 players left, and then the Goblins also, they had. So the Elves failed a throw with a 1 in 9, and the ball ended up scattering to the Goblin, and then the Goblin did a handoff that was in a tackle zone So 75% chance, and that failed as well. Otherwise, it could have gone either way in the last turn, basically.
Depending on how those bits went.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. Keeps the game close at the end.
Yeah.
Both players playing for it.
Yeah, exactly. And pretty good for levels as well. So Failfish and Lumi both leveling up.
Although the move down on Hiroto Sakara is not ideal.
I mean, if he's your first wrestle one, is he the kind of ball sacker, and therefore
You keep him anyway.
yeah? I mean, you know,
He's still move 7, which is okay.
I mean, he doesn't even have.
I think you keep him.
Yeah, he doesn't have a second blitzer, so you know, yeah, I'd definitely keep him.
Yeah.
And the troll delay of game also got MVP and a Kaz,
Which is quite nice.
which leveled him. Yep.
Yeah.
So, what do you get on a goblin troll who already has break tackle?
Stand firm, maybe?
I'm hoping
So
for
he
a
break
double.
tackle into something, and then he goes and stands in the middle of somewhere and be annoying, and you can't push him.
I also like Jugs because like goblins do have to blitz with one of their trolls, and
yeah,
you know
that's fair.
One of them getting Jugs.
If he doesn't if he doesn't manage to roll block, then Jugs is pretty good as well.
Yeah. I bet you know. Oh, and the only person who guessed this result correctly was you, Spoon.
Yep.
So you know.
One where I wanted to vote for the goblins but couldn't.
Yeah.
I thought it would be too difficult.
Another guard one, which I like. I don't think guard's that great for goblins.
I like having guard on the trolls because if you've got guard on both of the trolls, it means they support each other quite nicely if they happen to be nearish to each other. So I don't hate that, but I think I would have rather seen something a little bit different. Either Juggernaut or break tackle. I mean, stand firm, not break tackle. But
I mean,
it's okay.
At what point do you? I mean, I guess you got to wait till you have money. But like, he's got 14 players. Maybe once he can afford, he's 20 TV away from being able to fire and rehire a troll. Worth doing. A bit too try hard for a goblin coach, maybe.
I think it might be a bit too try hard because at some point you're going to get unlucky and it's going to die anyway. Also, is he planning to play this for just one season? Is he just having a bit of fun for a season, or is he actually planning to try and take them on into Division 4?
Yeah, who knows? Goblins.
I suppose those bits will play into it. But yeah, goblins don't tend to keep enough money to be able to do that sort of thing.
No. Okay, so the block Failfish, who got MVP to level up.
Gets dodge.
Gets dodge. Unsurprised. Yeah, would be my.
And the one with dodge gets block. Or does he get a new wrestle one as the other wrestle one's just got to move down?
I'd want another wrestle one. I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, assuming there's no stats.
I think there's decent arguments for block or wrestle on
that. Or roll 11.
Okay, yeah, that'll do. I think I would rather have that one, for sure. But nice.
So what was that you were saying about this team not having loads of stat ups? Like,
it's got 2 now. It's getting there slowly.
Yeah.
It's got a lot to do before it gets to XCAM levels.
No, yeah, true. A lot more to do. But still, it's a nice team.
It's a start.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's going well.
I mean, nice team. It's like currently, it's going to be 8 players the next game.
8 players is quite a few for pros, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
8's not bad. It's once you start getting down to like 5 that you start running into problems.
So, one more game left. This is the standings. No one can catch Eliod, and you said that Illusion is one of the top 2.
Yeah, Illusion is currently the second place if it's done by touchdown differential.
Which we think it is.
If not, he's joint second highest because there's only 2 of them on 13 points.
and he gets to play the Bone Idols. So,
Yep.
Everything
to play for.
Yep. But before that, CD Warriors against the big green War Machine.
Ooh.
Tough one.
It isn't an easy one. I think I can go Orc.
Orcs. The Orcs have managed.
Has been getting better as the season's been going on, whereas Erwindor seems to be getting looser and looser with his play as the season's gone on.
As in, you think, yeah, because he doesn't
He
care.
doesn't care as much. Erwindor's caring less and less about his team, it feels like, whereas Triumvir's getting better each game. So, go for Orcs. Don't think that's too harsh.
No, it's not at all. Triumvir's on 1340, and the Chorfs are currently on 1050.
With some hobgoblins to join them, probably.
One hobgoblin.
Only one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They've actually spent all their money. So
they bought a new blocker.
They bought the 6 blocker. Yeah.
Yep.
So just a ball center away from having an actual Chorf team.
Yeah.
There's a lot of TV though too. So
it's a fairly big difference. So we could be seeing a Grashnak, but then is he gonna? If he gets rid of the thrower, all of a sudden.
Oh, you can't afford Grashnak.
Yeah.
It's 240. It's 240 at the moment anyway. So.
The Orcs get rid of the thrower, it takes it down to just 150, which is still a wizard, but they're not the best at capitalising on wizards.
Neither.
Dwarfs aren't.
Yeah. No. Chainsaw, bribe.
Yeah.
They bribe. They've got day player.
Or they've got a day player. They should probably get a bribe.
Or a 12th player, so that they can just foul and
not care.
Yeah.
Foul and then get complained at next week when you watch the game and say he fouled straight away again.
Well, as long as he protects the ball or picks it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't. I think I'm going to go Orcs.
Okay, partly because you've gone. Actually, no, I'm going to go for a draw. There you go.
Fair.
Yeah.
That was the other option.
Okay, and so next is the playoff deciding Ratfus against the Bone Idols. Now, Ratfus hasn't taken his two of his levels yet, right?
So we don't know what they are yet.
We don't know what they are, and he's missing a player.
1240.
He's
1290.
But he's actually got 20 gold as well, so 1270.
Yep.
So he's getting 60 inducements against the undead.
It's probably just going to be a babe, isn't it? I don't, unless he really wants to go through, in which case he's got the bank there to be able to scum the wizard. But I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that.
I think I'd rather buy 2 extra linemen.
Get a new lineman, yeah.
Builds the team up and gives you, some
backup when these things go wrong.
Yeah, well, when your opponent's got 3 mighty blow.
Yeah, it's definitely got the potential to.
So, are you tipping the Rats to win?
I'm going to tip the.
Like, if we tip anything else, right? It's basically consigning.
We're saying he's not going to go through.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tip the Rats to win because I'd like to see them go through. I don't know. I think a draw might be plausible, to be fair.
Yeah, no, I think a draw's kind of. Oh, it's so hard.
I think my head's saying draw, but I want the Rats to go through, so I'm going to say the Rats win.
I mean, he beat the Ultimate Evil Alliance 3-0, and the Ultimate Evil Alliance drew to the Undead.
Yep.
If anything, Necro's harder for Rats to deal with.
He's won all the games bar against the draw against the Big Green War Machine and Eliod.
Yeah.
Oh, he lost something in the Greenhorn.
Hmm. Had a 3-3 draw against the Detroit Griffins as well. Okay, yeah.
That
In
just smells of Greenhorn.
in solidarity, let's both go for Ratfuss to win. Wait, is that
Yeah.
worse? Is that going to be like the caster's thingy of death? Anyway, whatever.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, so next is
Who
the
knows?
elf.
Does he even watch it?
Say that again.
Does he even watch this? Don't know if he does. I
What
don't think I've
illusion?
seen him in the chat. Yeah.
Don't know.
Don't think I've seen him in the chat. I don't think I've seen him in your Discord.
You think? Yeah, no, he's not been in the Discord. You think he has to? You think he has to be to watching to be affected by the caster's curse?
Possibly.
Possibly. Next is the elf off between the rowdy Vantipassers and Uldar's hardest working in Rebel. Well,
You probably already know who I'm going to go for on this one.
oh, you got your high elf excuses.
I have my high elf bias. Also, I would like to see Eliod go and win all of the games and go through with 21 points because I don't think anyone did that last season in the thingies.
Yeah.
So it will set a record that's going to be fairly difficult to beat if he does that, which would be quite cool.
Is this the only division where that's happening at the moment as well? Do you think?
No, there's a human team that's on 18 as well. I think it's just them two. Yeah. There's a human team in which division is it? I've got to try and find where I am again now. There's too many of these divisions. 5F. There's a human team called Nuffle Ex Machina that's also on 18 points.
Coach
But has only got 9 touchdown differential. Kia Sidha.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas Eliod's got plus 11 touchdown differential.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd like to see him do it.
Winning is the important thing.
Yeah, he's going through anyway.
Yeah.
So potentially, maybe what he wants is more star player points. But you never want to lose games, really. And I think, as you were telling me at the end of the last season, the best way to get star player points is to win.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll go for that.
I feel like the blitzer needs to be leveled.
Yeah, definitely. But I can't really disagree with that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go for the Vantipassers as well, despite their silly name.
Despite your disagreement with their theory on what rowdy is.
Yeah, exactly. Although I'm well.
Yeah, that Lobbit does need to level up. But did he die before?
Yeah,
is that
I think
why
he did.
he's not leveled?
Yeah, that is why.
Because blitzers tend to die. Yeah, Lobbit died when he was on Blodge.
Mm-hmm. It was only a couple of games ago, in fact, and I think those two SPP were this game, so he's obviously trying to level them. Okay, so the last game of the last.
He's the one that's being rowdy and vanity passing.
Yeah. Is Kuvata's Real Refs, the Goblins, against Sevtek's Ultimate Evil Alliance.
I think I'm going to go Goblins, just because I don't think the Goblins have won yet. Oh no, they did. They won.
Won. Was it against the Chaos Warrior, the Chaos Dwarfs?
It was against the Orcs.
The Orcs. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Actually, no. Change it. Draw. Draw again. Yeah. It seems to be what's going on at the moment. You get one mistake from one of the players, and then, well, the Goblins can capitalise on mistakes because they're pretty slippery. Yeah, draw. I've talked myself into it. They should be getting a decent-ish amount. Well, they'll be getting 2 bribes probably now.
Yeah.
Which is a bit better. But yeah, they will struggle against regen because they can't get the removals they need to potentially win that way. And I think he's still got all 3 of his secret weapons, which is a joy.
Yeah.
So he's actually on 11 players, but he's got 2 bribes. So he could potentially keep a couple of them around.
I really want to vote for the goblins. I'm going to vote for the goblins. Okay, so you're going for a draw. I'm going to go for
Yep.
the actual goblins.
I'll
Boom.
genuinely be sad if they do win now, and I haven't voted for them. After all of my talk of liking goblins.
Yeah.
Oh well, never mind. Yeah, I think a draw.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think a draw is more likely.
I've got a chance of catching Aldar. I've got to try to be slightly more sensible.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Maybe
fine.
that I'll use that as my excuse that I've become a tryhard on the predictions.
Yeah. And you're 1 point ahead of me.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
Could it be? No. And oh, awesome! You've just posted the thing.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Cool. And now I just need to remember to do the 3C one, which will be basically
Tricky.
next. We're done. Yes.
Yes, we're done.
Cool. We have
That was about an hour.
That was about an hour. There you go.
Miracles do happen.
Indeed. I was maybe slightly trying to keep it going a little bit, maybe.
We did keep moving relatively well that time.
Okay, anyway, on now to what the majority of our viewers are here for, because G-Self, Harmol, Mongroom, Spoon, oh, that's you, Toastabate,
me.
Xcam, yeah, anyway, it's the 3C bit. Where are we? So, for those of you who weren't here for the beginning, I have actually gone through.
I like miracles. Is that what this week was in 3C? The week of the miracles?
I believe in miracles. It was kind of. There were some good results, I think, right?
There were some unexpected results, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
I went through and watched, like, I must admit, I skipped through mostly the replays in this division because I was, tired of looking at replays by the time I've done 5.
Running low on time.
Yeah, and also that. Yeah, so starting at 7 o'clock today. Anyway, yeah, I quickly skipped through. And basically, let's start with game 1, which was the Lizards against whoever the Lizards were against. Who were the Lizards against?
Kemri?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep. Lizards get an extra Apo, 2 babes, Hemlock, and a Wizard.
Yeah, that's quite the haul.
Yeah. But Hemlock rather than, like, an Apo and Hemlock rather than Silly Billy.
I don't dislike that. I think we were talking about that last week because they were never going to get the strength advantage, really.
No, I guess.
And they didn't really want to get locked into a fight with the Tomb Guardians, maybe?
Well, but they've already got enough players, to be fighting the Tomb Guardians, right? No.
Yeah, they do have enough. I don't know. I don't mind the idea of it because they're leaning into the thing that they've got as an advantage, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
They're leaning into the speed side of the plays.
So anyway,
which Pembry might struggle against a bit more.
They went for Hemlock and an extra Apo. Used the first Apo on a badly hurt, which,
that's fine.
Good plan, yeah.
Yep.
Turn 8, another Saurus got badly hurt, which they also Apo'd.
Yeah.
And still...
I can see where that's going.
Yeah, and still on turn 8, Lucas Haraki died. Directly, like, the block after the block that used the second Apo. So, that wasn't great.
I suppose at least it wasn't a leveled Saurus, but it was one that had an MVP.
Yeah.
The rain was a real pain in the ass this game, Pyro says.
Yeah, well, like it started raining in the second. Yeah, so it didn't rain in the first half, and the Lizards, like got the ball forward quite well, I thought. And then the second, it might have even been turn 8 Kemry drive where it started raining.
Well, I've
Right.
just looked at the Kemry's pickup stats, and 30% is not good.
Well, 30% is not that surprising in the rain, especially
No,
when you. So basically, they failed the first one, or two, or three. And well,
it looks like they've made 10 rolls
oh,
and they failed, well, 7 of them.
yeah, after the first two, there were lizards all over the ball as well.
Yeah,
So after that point, uh, the lizards were making. I mean, sorry, the Camry were making. You know,
even more difficult
six
pickup
six plus
sixes.
yeah 6+ pickups in tackle zones and stuff. Managed to get the pickup on turn. What was it? 12. And the lizards have a wizard, so instant zap.
You picked it up, right? Drop it again now.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah,
head.
that'd be fairly demoralising, knowing that once you've picked it up, they're just going to zap you again.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But the Kemri did once. Then after being zapped, there was another couple of turns of not managing to pick the ball up. But then they got the ball and did pretty well at moving forward. I think a lot of the lizards were tied up. There were quite a few removals by this point as well. So the ball carrier got based at least every turn on his way up the field.
Yeah, it looks like 7 casualties the lizard suffered.
Yeah,
And so yeah, and 4 KOs.
yeah. But yeah, ending 1-1, not bad.
Not bad.
I mean, the lizards would be happy after well,
The lizards will be happy when they've been that beat up, and I imagine the Kemri wouldn't be too upset when you get a game where you've got a 30% pickup rate and
yeah,
you manage to get a draw out of it.
yeah. Although the lizards won't be that happy, I remembered because of the whole dead lizard thing.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
and also I also noticed that there must be no more than 12 famous people in Finland because Robin
What, they're being recycled.
Robin Lod got replaced by Robin Lod, so clearly he's
Maybe he just really likes that set of names.
yeah, maybe he's got 16 and that they're in order of importance, so the next lizard will be the next most famous person.
The draw felt like a win after the rain and the bolt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It looks like the way the ball was moved up the pitch, it looked like it was a struggle.
Absolute slog
Yeah.
of a second half. We have got levels up for both teams as well.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking because like where I watch the stream from, I'm getting like really bad disconnection, but I think the actual stream is okay. So someone tell me if everyone else is getting it pausing repeatedly. But anyway, the Crocs leveled despite spending a fair amount of the time off the pitch, if I remember rightly. That's good, cool.
Awesome.
And also a skink.
Yep.
So Crocs obviously gets guard or block.
Yeah, agreed.
And the skink gets sidestep first. I like sidestep before diving tackle.
Yeah.
He's gone diving tackle first before.
I think he's gone diving tackle first a couple of times. But yeah, whichever. Either of those would be good. I suppose he does go guard first, the Crocs. Stand firm would be nice, but probably not yet.
Yeah, guard over Stanfern, right? I think.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have enough Saurus with it.
Well, the lizards, they need more guard. More guard, good.
Yes.
Strength blocking the opponent out is good. Oh, and they rolled a 10 for the skink level up.
Well, yeah, definitely take that then. That makes him even more annoying.
Yeah. Sprint your feet catch.
That's a better gutter runner.
because
Doesn't have
he's
general access.
yeah, he's not really better, but
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's not got agility yet.
yeah,
Yet.
yes.
It's fairly an optimistic viewpoint saying yet on that, but yeah. Yeah, no, he's not a better gun runner. That was very stupid. Never mind.
That's pretty much the starting 11 of the Finnish national soccer team. I see. Okay, I didn't. I'm okay. Yeah,
I would have never have got that.
no.
And we might have been told that last week or the week before, and we've probably forgotten it again. In fact, I'm sure we've been told that before.
I'm not even sure I've ever seen the Finnish football team play football. Like,
They've
sweet.
probably got one if they've been named after people.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Anyway, and Pyro got a level as well, right?
Yep. Skeleton. He's already got 2 dirty player. Do you really want another dirty player? Or do you get one with block? Or wrestle? He's got one with wrestle already.
Block. I'd go for block at this point, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not really many options other than the block, is there?
XCAM, I think you're wildly overestimating our football knowledge.
Yeah.
Who
Who
is this Pucky?
isn't that in ice hockey?
I was thinking there was something called Pucky Pucky or Pookie Pookie in Monster Hunter World that was an enemy. I don't think it's that.
Timu Pookie.
Ah.
There you go.
Nope.
No.
Never mind.
No. Don't know any of them. Sorry.
Showing more lack of football knowledge.
Yeah. I kind of. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. All right. They made the
They
Euro
made
Cup.
the Euro Cup.
Ah. Excellent. That's why I've never heard of them before, because they weren't. Oh, of course, and Norwich, who I'm bound to have paid attention to at some point.
Norwich have a club, and
Yeah.
that they're yellow, but I don't know anything more really.
And do you know their nickname because they're yellow?
It's like canaries or something, isn't it?
Yay!
Yeah, I've got very, very, very basic football knowledge. Very basic. So.
Yes, level up on McHenry.
The level up.
I'd go block.
Are they? Oh, right. Apparently they're in the Premier League as well.
Ah.
Oh, he's got kick.
Cool.
It is an obscure team. They weren't in the Premiership.
Last time I was paying attention to football.
Yeah, which would be 18 years ago. No,
okay.
20 years ago. 16. That was the last time I had to follow football because I was at school. Yeah. 20 years ago.
You had to follow football because you were at school.
Yep.
The advent of Badil and Skinner and Fantasy Football League were very important into the amount of attention I paid to football, because I was in a Fantasy Football League and it was fun. But there you go.
Used to play Championship Manager or Football Manager in about 2001 or 2002.
Yep. Oh, I played FIFA 96.
Yeah. I remember FIFA 96.
No, FIFA 96 was a really good one.
It wasn't blocked, by the way.
No, it was.
Chat's trying to force us back on topic rather than showing our lack of knowledge about football.
Ironically, it was kick, which, talking about football.
I like kick.
Oh, one of. Apparently, sorry. I mean, by the way, Norwich's relegation was confirmed a couple of hours ago. So I do know about football, and it wasn't just someone messaging me secret information.
Google comes to the rescue?
No, it wasn't Google. No, a friend of mine, an actual school friend, is apparently watching me blabber about Blood Bowl, even though he doesn't care about Blood Bowl, very much. Anyway, so
doesn't seem like an exciting way to spend the evening, but fair enough.
No, well, so as part of the whole lockdown thing, I watched another. So me and my 3 or 4 closest school friends, spent a lot of time playing computer games while drinking or whatever on the all together.
Yep.
So last weekend, one of my friends played The Last of Us 2 while he streamed it and I watched it. It's basically just two of us. It was good fun.
Fair enough.
But there you go. I forgot what the point of that was. Oh yeah, so watching someone play something that you're not really that into, as long as you're drinking and having fun and stuff, it's all right.
Okay, no, that's fair enough.
Yeah. Although I did quite enjoy watching I enjoyed watching Last of Us more than I enjoyed playing it.
Ooh.
And my friend does play board games, and he's currently playing Star Wars Armada. So in the same way
Nice.
that I watched my other friend play Last of Us while playing League Blood Bowl games, he's playing Armada while watching me do blah blah blah. Anyway,
I need to get back into Armada again. I've got so much plastic downstairs. But never mind. That's a different story.
Yeah.
That could
so much expensive plastic.
Yeah, I've got lots of Blood Bowl teams and stuff as well, though. So I've got plenty of other expensive plastic.
Yeah.
And those new High Elves that came out, I've got them as well. So yeah, I've got plenty of expensive plastic.
I feel like the Armada plastic's more expensive than the Blood Bowl plastic. I guess like a fleet of Armada costs more than a single team of Blood Bowl, but
by a long way.
But you need but I've bought 26 teams of Blood Bowl, and I've probably spent a similar amount of money on Armada. But to have one army, to have one fleet that just has a lot of different choices.
Yeah. I stopped playing around about near the end of Wave 2 or Wave 3 of the releases, so I didn't get too heavily invested.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yes, it was.
I've got almost one of everything Imperium.
I didn't get to be Imperium because we was 3 or 4 of us playing it, and 3 of the others wanted to be Imperium.
Yeah.
So I had to be Rebel, really. There wasn't really a choice by that point. Otherwise, we'd just have everyone playing Imperium, which would be a bit dull.
Are you sure none of you would have just? Are you saying that you're the one who said, "Oh, fine, I'll play Rebel, just to be different"? Or
essentially, at the end of it, yes.
Yeah, it wasn't like.
I think I would have rather played Imperium, but by the point that I was having a look at both of them, and they all just went, "I'm playing Imperium." I was like, "Oh, okay, fair enough. I suppose I'll play Rebel then."
Do any of them still play?
No, I don't think so.
Right.
I think everyone stopped about the same sort of time because there's only the 4 of us.
Yeah, and there wasn't Wave 2. There was still not very much.
Wave 2, Wave 3, something like that.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of big Mon Cal cruisers. The Liberty and the other one. Can't remember it. Never mind.
Anyway, back on topic.
Moving. Yeah, Blood Bowl.
Back on topic. Norwich are getting relegated. Anyway, in case XCAM's from Norwich.
Fickle Fantasy 7 versus Sebas of Inneruk, or are we doing predictions?
Predictions. I've just brought the predictions up. Yep.
Success. We're back on topic.
I mean, slightly back on topic. Almost on topic. I haven't actually got to the bit where you actually tell me what the predictions. There we are. Okay, so this is versus Kemri, a draw. XCAM, Nibbenen, and Pyro all went for the draw. Ooh. So now you have to talk while I update their XCAM with Pyro. Yeah, Pyro gets 15.
Talk. Didn't sign up for that. Nice.
I mean, you literally did. 12.
It's true.
Yeah, and XCAM's now on 14. Excellent.
Cool.
So yes, next is the Nurgle versus Dark Elf game.
Yep.
Zinj with his. Oh wait, no, were there levels? Did we go through all the levels? We did go through the levels, didn't we?
Yes, we did go through the levels.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Zinj with his murder Nurgle team against Ravers and his
correctly pronounced name.
Yeah, again, there was a slight pause before I started the sentence because I was planning on saying the name. Make sure I didn't say Ravers again.
Ooh, this is an interesting one.
Oh yeah, more rain. That was also a comment.
More rain.
More rain. and the Dark Elves have a wizard because they're both teams were quite high TV.
Yeah.
Nurgle go for the murder and move a lot of their players forward and have a kind of light screen around the ball. And what does surprise me is Ravers goes for the 4-man fireball, and
Ooh,
more surprising, it works really
it
well.
worked.
And one of the players gets removed, one of them gets stunned, and two of the others get knocked. No, one of the others gets knocked down. So there's only one player on the ball.
Was one of the ones that got removed the Beast of Nurgle by chance?
No,
Oh, right.
I don't think so. No, it wasn't the Beast. No, it was the Rotter, I think.
Ah, fair enough.
That's later.
That's later.
That's later. Well, actually, no, it wasn't. It was the Beast. I don't have a note about the Beast of no. Oh, the Beast of
Well,
Nurgle. No, I don't have a note about that. Did I miss the Beast getting murdered or something?
apparently,
Oh dear.
it's got a niggling injury now.
Oh, there was talk about this as well. What?
So I wonder whether or not that might have been because of the
No,
wizard, because
no,
that would be a relatively sensible way for it to have been knocked down.
no. It was the Beast of Nurgle rapidly went forward and was busy tying up elves far away from the ball.
Oh,
Uh,
apparently he failed a 2+ break tackle dodge.
yeah,
Ooh.
nice. And yeah, Ravers failed. Snaked the ball pickup after using the wizard. So
Oh,
actually, like he would have been away if he'd have got if that hadn't been that snake there, for sure.
yeah.
Instead, the Nurgle consolidate, and there's a bit of fighting around the kind of like 3 squares away from the midway line. The ball never really goes very far forward. I don't think. I think it ends 0-0.
Went into the half.
Yeah. Basically, the Nurgle spend the next 8 turns protecting the ball, standing in around the midway line altogether.
Having a bit of a fight.
Yeah, and they do manage to remove 6 elves. 4 of the Nurgle do also leave the pitch, which includes the warrior who got badly hurt. So the
Yep.
warrior left quite early.
Pretty big.
Yeah. So, wait a second, I'm confused by my notes.
And your block, foul appearance, prehensile tail, rotter disappearing as well.
Yeah, which probably makes the team better, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yep.
I
It's
think.
definitely funny.
Wait, I have a feeling? Someone said it's. Oh, it was Harmel said it's sad that it's going. It was a terrible player, but a good meme, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, it ends up being 7 against 11 at the half. Serpents managed to score with only 7 players against 11, although it does include a sideline cage where the Dark Elf player gets blitzed off the pitch by a Nurgle, cage diving.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Always fun to see.
so 3 and forced to score on turn 14. So the Nurgle have 2 turns to score back, and
Which isn't easy.
Which isn't easy anyway, but it's raining and they fail both pickup attempts.
Oh.
So the ball never leaves the back end of the Nurgle half.
Yeah, this one's another one where it's a really poor pickup percentage, 28% here.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty rough.
I mean, like.
Although, oh wow, the Dark Elves got 20%, so that's
Yeah.
impressive.
One.
Look at these first 2 games and no one wanting the ball.
Well, I have that both of you got half your KOs back at half time. So it must have been more than one. Just saying. But yeah, the pickups are bad. Oh wait.
No, Serpents was 1 in 8, 1 success,
Really?
7 fails. Yeah.
Oh, well, there are only 2 KOs in the first half, and
Maybe.
loads of Kaz. Maybe. Anyway.
Could have been. But yeah, pretty rough still.
Yeah. And also, not very many elves anyway, right?
No. Not many elves at all at the end of that.
Wait, 12 though, right? So that was a loner. Was that a Merc lineman? Yeah.
I'm guessing it was, yeah.
Anyway, no level ups for either side.
Nope. They're both pretty developed now.
Niggle on the beast. Dead rotter, not really a problem. Armor bust lineman, definitely getting fired, I assume.
I would guess so.
Guess it depends on the amount of money they've got left.
Yeah, I think earlier on I'd probably have kept him around, but when he's at this stage, keep him for a game, see what it's like. But I think I'd probably fire him.
He'll have 11 players for next game. I'd quite like to have a 12
Yeah.
player, just saying.
Yeah. It's just that if he's a 12 player and he's going to be being put onto the line, do you really want to put the Armour 7 ones onto the line? I suppose it depends on what you're playing when he comes back. It's another claw-heavy team and stuff. Might not be too bad.
Yeah. There's a claw-heavy team with no tackle, like Zinj is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or I think Toaster Bait's relatively tackle light. So there's 2 claw teams that are tackle light, and then 2 claw teams that have got a fair bit of tackle. And yeah, Raver said he hired a Merc.
Yeah. I like that.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so that leaves who predicted this?
I think a few people did, but not a huge number.
5 people, including me.
Yep.
There we are. See, I'm ahead of you in the important one, even if I'm behind you in the other one. It'll be.
Oh, what? Diminishing the other division. Shocking.
Well, I am in one of them, and and the numbers better on this one. If you know what I mean.
Fair enough. Look, I'm not as far behind as I was. I'm happy with that.
And Dimmy actually making a prediction in this division as well. So,
yeah, he was making them in the other one because I think he was determined to beat me.
Yeah.
No, Rob Top, you are nowhere near your game yet.
Although you did just get a point in the predictions competition, so there you go, up to 13, Rob. Okay.
You should know by now. You're second to last. You've got at least another half an hour to an hour yet.
I'm trying to. Yeah,
we are trying to go a little bit quicker.
Apart
bit quicker. From the massive sidetrack that we went on with football and Armada.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Other than
9:21.
Yeah, it's not 11 yet. We've got time.
Yeah.
Time. Although I've not been drinking tequila this time, so that shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, so we're on to the next game now then.
Yep, we are on to the next game.
I'm not sure the tequila actually makes that much difference, Harmall against some Chaos team. I can't remember which.
I'm drinking beer this time, so whereas last week I wasn't. So instead I'm the one that's putting us off topic.
Yeah.
Trying is the first step toward failure.
Exactly, G-Cell.
Truer words have never been said.
The Byzantine Bashers against the 2+ Supreme Leaders. I'm going to keep this one quick because basically what happened was the Chaos lost the ball twice and got scored on. It was 2-0 before it was even the High Elves drive. Before
anything had really started.
Yeah. Wow. Maybe that was a slight exaggeration. I can't remember, but it was something like that.
It caused casualties eventually.
Oh, no. Yeah, so High Elves receive, get the ball, do an 8-turn drive. Looks a bit messy, but it's all right. And then second half, they turn over the Chaos really rather quickly and score to be 2-0 up. And
that's just sort of delaying tactics.
Yeah.
While trying not to get hurt.
A few of the High Elves had left the pitch by that point, so it was only like 6 defending against Toaster Bait in the end of the second half, and he scored quite quickly actually. So he had a little bit of a chance, but it was not great.
It's still not the easiest.
No.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, 6 players left.
But we do have a couple of level up on both teams, which is quite nice.
Yeah, no, and I'm sure Harm will be happy that there's no perms, just an MNG on.
The MNG on the guard one is sad. but
Yeah.
oh well, it's better than a death.
There was a misclick though. Chaos chose a skull from a skull and a push at 1-0.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
I mean, it's rough. Rough suggests it's not. You're there is. You don't have a choice where to click.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
It was either a misclick or Salt. He was so angry.
I don't think salt would make you press the skull.
No.
Uh,
Suicidal.
but the,
Yeah.
the misclicks can happen, and sometimes Blood Bowl runs a bit dodgy on laptops if they're playing on that.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it play a bit choppy and stuff. So you have to if you don't wait the second or two and then click, sometimes it'll just pick whatever.
There is that thing. There is that thing as well where actually you're right. Sometimes you might not click that wildly, but Blood Bowl can be a bit weird about where you're clicking.
I've seen it happen before. I've tried playing on my brother's laptop and it's awful.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe there's something like that, but I think I might be making a few too many excuses now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one that I feel is more of a misclick type thing is when you dodge or you block behind someone because the camera moves. Like the automatic camera thing really bugs me sometimes. Which not enough to turn it off because I don't want to have to actually drag the screen around to watch things. But
Yeah, I've seen that.
Anyway, Hummel says I'm listening while playing, but it was just to keep the meme alive. That was at the skull or the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
That's what we've been discussing for a bit.
Okay. Anyway, 2 warriors leveled for Toast Debate.
Have we got a copy of this match so we can send it to the Rowdy Vanity Passers?
Because even the Chaos made 3 completions to level
with a fresh warrior and a touchdown with him to get him leveled in 1 game.
Yeah. See?
Which is nice.
Yeah. Classy.
What you need to be doing.
Yep. You're right. I should do that. I've got the replay file. I will actually send it to. That's dedication.
Even if we're not covering him in the next one, we could have a catch up on whether or not he's done any vanity passes.
Yeah, vanity pass watch with Elliot.
Yeah. Just a brief segment.
Yeah.
So by brief, that means 15 minutes. But yeah.
It would involve some work, which I'm not really a big fan of.
It is impressive up top. It's true.
So what do you give the warrior who does vanity passes? I'm guessing plus agility. Okay, fine, yeah, block.
Sadly, I would love to see him get past or something, as Rob Top suggested, but I think it's going to be block, sadly.
I think catch is a better choice because pass you have to pick up with him, whereas catch you can use him as the vanity passer for everyone else. Maybe.
But that doesn't get him more star player points.
It does because you score with him after he catches it.
Not really a vanity pass then if he's going to be going to score.
Oh, fine. Use my own logic.
The technicality that you used before.
Yeah, exactly.
The Mighty Blow Guard one. Is this going to be the same thing that we say every time? We'd like to see stand firm, but we're going to see claw.
Yep, exactly. He's 100% going to go for 5 claw is definitely too much claw, right? There will be times where you're playing AV7 teams and claw is a waste. 4 of them is already a little bit too much claw. 5 is 100% too much claw.
Yeah. He's playing Amazons next week.
Yeah. Okay. So against Amazons, you got 100 TV of a useless skill.
We're making arguments when we. Oh my god!
He's gone for stand firm.
He went for it.
Woo. I'm sorry, Rob Top. I apologise if that makes your game slightly harder than it would have otherwise been.
It probably will do.
Yeah, it will do. I mean, you could have gone for tackle. He's still only got one tackle.
And it's on a wrestle player that doesn't have Mighty Blow.
Yeah.
Yeah, tackle would be nice as well, but I'm glad he's got to stand firm
Yeah, indeed.
because it will make a difference.
Bet he dies.
Cool.
And we get blamed.
And we get the blame. Yeah, that's plausible.
Oh, I forgot to look at the other one.
And
The other one,
Harmall also got 2 levels as well. Oh,
yeah,
the other one.
did get
Oh, I
blocked.
think it did just get blocked,
Yeah, it
didn't
did
it?
get blocked. But it's worth double checking.
Yeah.
So Harmall has a new catcher with no other skills, who he did one completion with to make him MVP ready, and he got the MVP.
Nice. That's efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Probably dodge.
Dodge, yeah, dodge.
But I wouldn't mind seeing block as well because he's getting quite high up now.
Is it
Or
maybe
wrestle.
yeah, wrestle? Is it wrestle first for one of them?
Yeah. If it's going to be wrestle, I think I'd probably go dodge first
Yeah, yeah.
if he's planning that. But yeah, I would like to see a wrestler in there. And what's the other one we've
The
got?
other one is blodge, diving, tackle, sidestep.
Ooh, tackle then,
Yeah,
surely.
I'd like to see tackle
Just
too.
to make him even more irritating.
It's a choice between tackle or fend. He has got a blodge.
It's something a bit different.
He does have a blodge step fender.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's between and more fend is good. Yeah, it keeps players alive.
Yeah.
And it's really annoying.
It's not a normal.
Ooh, it's a double or it's a.
It might have been a double.
Oh, it's strength or movement.
It's movement.
Ah.
Strength would have been awesome as well, but movement is very nice on a movement 8 piece.
Only one more skill to get. It's a bit late for
It's a bit late to turn him into a It's too late to turn him into a natural one turner, but
yeah, but sidestep and movement 9 is pretty good, I guess. Just 2
sidestep
pushes.
and movement 9 is very nice.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot easier to get the 2 pushes.
And also makes it easier to get diving tackle wherever you want. Movement 9, if he diving tackle moves the same as a lino.
Yeah, he has move 6 when he gets up.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's very solid.
Mm-hmm. I also like to do the thing of having a diving tackle player who's really a scoring threat. So you often move him into the backfield to stand next to a player, and then if he gets knocked over or pushed away, he's still
a scoring threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it synergizes fairly nicely with the sprint one as well, because then it's got 2 really fast players, so people have to decide who they want to take out.
Yeah.
It's going to be the movement 9 one, but still, sadly. And the other one was dodge.
Yeah, cool. Like the dodge.
As we expected.
Yep. So next is who guessed Harmall, and I guess absolutely everyone.
A lot of people.
Basically everyone.
I think it was near enough everyone. 9 people voted for him, I think it was.
Nice.
Which, yeah, that's pretty solid.
I again didn't vote for Harmall in the slightly
not wanting to vote for the same thing as me.
No, well, partly, but also because.
Oh, you were saying you want Harmall to lose.
I do want Harmall to lose, and he is going to lose at some point. At some point, he is going to lose, right? So at some point, this bet where I keep saying he is going to lose is going to pay off, right?
I was saying this team makes me want grab.
I mean, did you not?
Be evil.
Did you not see the Dark Elf team? But yeah. Pyro's probably going to have grab at some point, right?
Yeah.
Talking of which, is Pyro leading? He is. He's on 17. That's the highest anyone is on.
Impressive.
Yeah. And Ravers goes up to 10. No. Oh, yeah. Rift Cannon. There we go. Rob. No Rob. No Rob. No Toby.
No. The only. So you and Rob Top voted for the Byzantine Bashers.
Yeah.
Everyone else that voted for Harmall.
Yeah.
There were no one went for the draw.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
in this one.
But there might be people who didn't.
Oh, there definitely could have been. Yep.
So, you know,
We've got more than 9 people. Well, like 11 people there, haven't we?
yeah. What? So the 3 sidesteppers on Harmel's team make you want to have grab. Actually, there's only 3 on the Dark Elf as well. That's not as much blodge step as I'd expect. Cool. All
You'd
right.
expect 4 on the Dark Elf, wouldn't you? Normally. Or I suppose if building 1 Blitzer as a killer rather than the normal Blodge Stepper.
Okay. Next is another game that you are going to be happy with.
Yeah.
Because of your, being one of the few people to predict this one. The Underworld against the Pro Elves.
Yep.
And actually, I think what you said last week was more or less exactly what happened. Do you remember what you said last week?
2-all.
Yeah, basically.
High scoring draw.
High scoring draw. Pro Elves score quickly.
Disappear.
Actually, they didn't disappear at all. The first removal.
Oh.
So the Underworld received, and the first removal they got was on turn 7. Which, is a bit irritating when you've got 2 claw, tackle, pom killers on your team.
Yeah.
Bit crap, really. Admittedly, that removal was a death. And it was
no.
Odo, the kick guard
lineman
who got the MVP.
That's 2 incredibly useful skills gone.
He should have taken block. After you've got guard, you need to keep him alive or dodge.
But I think he just lost his kick again.
Yeah.
And he feeds on kick with his ridiculous stat elves.
Yeah.
The next player levels will probably get kick.
Yeah.
Unless it's a catcher.
I mean, I have seen catches with kick before, just saying.
Yeah.
Not sure it's a great idea, but
no, I'm not sold on that as a great idea. I didn't say the blitzers because I'm not sure a blitzer might end up with it. Although they're both agility 5, so no, probably not.
I mean, a thrower getting kick would be good, right?
The thrower getting kick, yeah. I think he had a thrower with kick before though, and we complained about it last season.
Did we? I don't like accuracy that much, but I'd rather have kick or kick off return, both.
Yeah. Worst part is didn't need to have him die. Slightly limited counter and assist to provide 1. Mr. Troll had guard. So it's a free hit. Rough.
Well, on the other hand, you made a mistake and you paid for it. That's,
Yeah, punished for not paying attention.
Yeah.
That's fair.
On the other hand, it's worth pointing out that the Underworld did get Skitter and Bomber to have a team of 16 players. And weren't really fouling, or I don't know if they were fouling, but they didn't, would expect it to have more of an effect on their drive than just 1 bit of damage.
I was going to say, they got 1 player sent off.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
As well.
Yeah. So actually, no. So you, I think you said the Pro Elves score quickly, and then
the Pro Elves score quickly, and then eventually the attrition gets them, and the Underworld score back.
Yeah, it was actually the Underworld score on their drive, which was an 8-turn slog, which didn't really remove anyone. And then the Elves 1-turned back, so it took a few dodges as well, I've got to say. And there were a couple of ones in there, but the ones were both re-rolled for the Pro Elves. So it was 1 at the half. Pro Elves score back. But now they're down to like 6 players left, and the Underworld score back again fairly rapidly.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
It sounds fairly likely, all of that stuff.
Yeah. I do feel like Chug either didn't, could have been trying to do more damage, or was really unlucky with the damage he was.
He threw 31 blocks.
It's not very many.
No, it's not. Suffered 1 casualty. But then to get those blocks, you need to be basing people sometimes, don't you? Or having your opponent base you.
Yeah. Well, but usually
in order to get a lot more.
Isn't that usually the Pro Elf way to ended up with a lot of. He was cautious. He was really cautious piling on with me as well. But I had a dirty player, and this is you've got
They had
11.
a pre-bribe,
Oh yeah, there was a kickoff bribe event. I did see that.
which would make it more cautious for piling on. That makes sense.
I still feel like he's too cautious with his piling on. Use it anyway, or don't have two of them. Like so, my Underworld clan team don't have piling on. Admittedly, because one of them died, but the other one didn't have it at all.
One with piling on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fair enough.
And G-Cell says that the pros use the bribe quite quickly. Anyway,
maybe it was seen as a statement of intent, possibly.
Yeah, well, that is
that he was prepared to foul.
Yeah,
and then that gets to you.
So the only two people who guessed this result. Oh wait, did we do levels?
There weren't any.
There weren't any levels. Okay, so the only
he piled on more in the second half.
Yeah, okay,
that makes sense.
But you need that like early advantage. I think if you'd have had more removals, that one turn would have been much harder. For example,
did his own removals come during the first half? If he'd lost the player to an expulsion in the first half and suffered the casualty and a KO or something, so he didn't have as much numbers advantage. Maybe
he had 16 players. He had a bench of 5. Yeah. It's really hard to get rid of 5 players, even if you're fouling and getting damage.
I think it was more about the particular drive that they were on. Maybe
it was part of
he felt like he couldn't afford to lose the players during that drive.
Yeah, maybe also not piling on because you don't want to lose the positional advantage of a standing up player.
A standing up tackle player as well.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and trying to control your own drive and stuff as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's always one of the problems when you're piling on players are your best players.
Yeah. Only 2 people to guess this are you and Harmel.
Woo!
And Harmel missed the first week, as it says at the bottom.
High elves. Solidarity or something like that.
Bloody high elves. All right, so next game is the Chorfs versus Chaos.
Yep.
Now this was a bit of a surprise, wasn't it? So
I think a lot of people didn't expect this one.
No, so the Chorfs are quite badly damaged, right?
Yeah, they came in with a lot of players missing the game, didn't they?
Yeah, but did they have star players or did they? Riff Cannon.
He didn't have any stars.
No.
It looks like he picked up a lot of Hobgoblin loners, though.
Yeah, so he went for the 5 Hobgoblin inducement package.
Which I'm not sure has ever been said before.
Yeah. I mean, actually, wait. 5 Hobgoblins?
Did he get one of them maybe as a loner?
Yeah.
As a journeyman.
Yeah, the journeyman is the one at the top, right? Number 5.
Oh, right.
Number 5, the slotted in one. That's a normal loner.
Oh wow!
Wait,
so
no,
he actually had six journey hobos.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
One of them was a non. So 5 of them were mercs, though.
Yeah. That's impressive.
It's just it's hilarious. Is that worthwhile? Why? So no one better? You wouldn't rather have? There's a Dodge Hobgoblin for the price of 2 of them.
Did he just? Well, he's got 2 expulsions, so it looks like he might have been fouling like a madman.
But the Dodge.
And looking at the Chaos team, they look slightly worse for wear. So
yeah, so the Chaos team had 11 players, I think, but not for very long.
No.
Wait, I do have notes on this one as well. Wait, where is the notes? So
the on people.
The Chorfs, he didn't just stamp on people. He got 3 removals in his LOS blocks, and he started.
Wow. So yeah, that's a good start.
Pretty much from that point onwards.
Was it Beastmen or Warriors on the line?
I don't remember. Not off the top of my head.
Just wondering.
Yeah.
If it was the 3 Warriors that got injured and they all went out on turn 1.
No, so the turn 1 was like 2 KOs,
Oh, okay.
3 or an injury and 2 KOs, I think.
It's
Um,
still setting a tone.
yeah, and like you wouldn't know, you wouldn't put warriors on the line when there's
No,
two claw
you would
chorfs.
hope not.
No, that would be foolish. But the chaos being 3 players down very rapidly, and actually, so the chorfs do lose players almost as quickly, maybe not quite, as fast,
I
but
was
they
gonna
do
say, I would
lose players.
imagine they would be disappearing relatively quickly, as they're just all journey hobgoblins.
Yeah, but obviously there's still a bench of
There's
5.
plenty more where they came from.
Yeah, exactly. So the chorfs wander over and score on turn 8, and by turn 11 there are 6 chaos in the Cas box and 4 chorfs in the Cas box, 4 hobgoblins. But obviously the hobgoblins still have 1 journeyman sitting on the sidelines who's not even on the pitch, while the chaos are down to 6 players.
They do always say, like, the claw or bash teams, when they're playing each other, you tend to get a snowball.
Yeah, you do, and it's usually whoever
And
wins
that
the toss,
sounds like
right?
it's up in this. Yep.
Yeah, especially when you've got claw piling on, right? So, but
Yeah.
3 moves to start with was pretty harsh.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what there is. Who's
It's
the
really difficult to come back from that.
yeah? Um, where is he? It's Rashnak Black Backstabber. Oh no, actually, he's 200. He's not. I thought he was way cheaper than that. Maybe this is. Okay. Could have got Zarg Mad Eye for 90
Hmm.
instead of. So one of those
One of
hobgoblins cost 70, right?
Yeah. So you
Anyway,
could have got Zarg instead.
yeah,
You might have had to drop another hobgoblin. Maybe just like the idea of the hobgoblin squad.
it is. It is hilarious as an inducement pick. Just ridiculous.
It's like, oh, I've got all these inducements. What do I go for? Right, all the hobgoblins. Yeah.
I mean, wait, how much is Hathark? Yeah, no, he could have bought Hathark for 20 TV less than these 5 hobgoblins. Had 3 bull centaurs.
He didn't have any
Wait,
bull
no
centaurs.
bull
So he
centaurs.
would have had one bull centaur with Havark.
I guess,
Zarg is a secret weapon as well, yeah.
yeah. But you're
He
gonna
had
get.
400k of inducements. He spent 40k of his own money, and he just turned it all into hobgoblins.
I mean,
Which
yeah, basically.
I kind of like it. If it's just that's it, the only way I'm going to win this is by fouling, knocking him over and fouling and getting the ball to start with. The plan worked perfectly.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, against a team with 4 claw, having 5
Yeah.
extra AV7 players,
Uh,
maybe not a bad idea.
they're not really unscathed, Excam.
Yeah, yeah. The Chorfs might be unscathed, but they were already
Yeah,
they'd
they were
already been
already fairly beat up.
yeah, they'd already been scathed enough in previous games. And now the Rider Streamers, 2 Niggles, a movement bust Beastman, and a dead
The secondary killer dead.
killer is not very
Yeah.
unscathed. Oh,
Ooh, we've got Toby as well now.
hey Toby.
Hi, Toby. Oh, that was a response to
Yeah, yeah,
G-Cell's
I
tough
see. Yeah,
gloves. Right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, this is different. Yeah.
Poor Nibden. And he's actually
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
yeah. And no level ups. Oh no, there is a level up for 1 hobgoblin who got
The old man.
the old man gets his second
MVP.
MVP.
Gassen block.
Oh
Oh,
wait,
no dirty player.
does he have a dirty player yet?
No
No,
dirty player
there was no dirty player.
anymore.
Definitely dirty player.
Yeah, it's dirty player.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice. Yeah, this definitely wasn't harmless.
No. I mean, this Chorf team still looks pretty beat up. Both of the centaurs having armor 8.
Yeah.
Although the goat is, still the goat.
Yeah,
And
it's still going to be annoying to knock him over, but getting him down to armor 8 gets him one step closer towards dying, at least.
and Nibelin has already fired the niggled players, I think.
Ooh,
Yeah, just the movement busted one who's remaining.
wow.
Down to 9 players for the next game.
Yeah,
Sorry, yeah, 9.
yep. 9 players, and then one of them's missing the game, so he's got 10. I'm sure he's at 14 at the end of last season.
Oh, he's got a load of money though, so he could actually get the 4th warrior back.
Yeah,
It,
I imagine he will.
depending on who he's facing next, but I guess we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that.
Did I do predictions?
We haven't done predictions for this yet, I don't think.
Wait, did I do that? Yes, we did. Okay, so predictions is only. Oh,
This
so
was relatively one-sided as well.
only.
It
So
did look like it's going to be rough.
one of the 2 people who thought that Niblin's team would get beaten was in fact Niblin. Whoops.
Yep, that's what he did last season.
Just voting against himself all the time.
Yep, every game, I think.
Positive mental attitude. That's what that is.
I think he voted against himself every game apart from against me.
Well, there is that thing of like it does. It means either you win because you win, or you gain a point
Yeah.
in the predictions. So you know.
No, that makes sense.
But him and Rob Top both on 14 now.
Yep. Nice.
Okay, the next game. Well, the next game's my
This is
game.
the game that Rob Top's been looking forward to.
Yeah, because
Maybe, probably not.
No. Well, there was a certain amount of hey, I can't really, I can't really win this because of my bitching about, Amazons and everything. Either I'm going to win it and it's kind of expected, or I'm going to lose and it's going to be embarrassing. And I've been like maybe a little bit rude about Rob at various points, like not entirely complimentary about Rob quite a lot. So, having said all that, he did put up a strong front and actually got the ball away from, like sacked the ball early on. He got hit on the ball with Roxana, who was only a leap away from a pass that would have, theoretically scored against the run of play. Not okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm glad it comes across as funny and not rude. That's basically what I'm aiming
Excellent.
for. But yeah, Roxana, like she did actually double one, but the second one was the loner roll of a leap, which could have led towards a score. And to do that, he'd also put an Amazon in the end zone already. So I surfed the Amazon after already removing quite a few other Amazons at this point.
I was going to say 8 KOs and 5 casualties.
Yeah.
That doesn't leave much of a team left.
No, yeah, that all happened in the first 4 turns as well.
It can't have all happened. That's 13.
Yeah, no, okay, maybe not all of that.
But a lot of that.
He was down to 4 players on turn 5 or 6 or something like that.
Yeah, that's difficult
and
to get out of.
Also used up the wizard at that point. So, like, it was close. It was one of those where I wouldn't say it was coin flippy. There, like
a few key things had gone the other way.
Yeah, and it did require a bit of luck. He was rolling dice in the hope that he would win the game, and instead everyone left the pitch. And the next 3 quarters of the game were me fantasy passing, handing off, fouling, generally being a bully.
It would be incredibly hypocritical of me to complain about that. Yeah. Rolling dice to try to win the game.
That's what you need to do. When you
end up in that point.
Yeah, I mean I can't remember what his TV was, but 1600 against what was 1800 or something.
1440 plays 1910.
Yeah. So
a bit rough.
A few
the hatred of Zons really showed in this game.
Yeah. I mean, I did have piling on taped down for the whole game. I've got to admit.
I'm gutted my foul on your killer on turn 1 didn't work.
Yeah. In fact, it was a 1 assist foul. That was I think it was a send off. So added to the
Yep. There's
you
an
know,
expulsion there, so yeah, made it worse.
yeah, and also
Kermit caused 3 injuries, so
well,
and got an MVP.
not just that, but fouling means you're standing players around someone who's got jump up.
Yeah.
In fact, both the blitzers were on the floor in that area. So essentially, a lot of the removals happened in turn 2 because of that foul. So because of standing a lot of players around
Yeah.
to get the blocks to try and make the foul, and then putting the extra assist in to the foul, gave me 4 blocks back on the next turn,
Yeah.
which resulted in a lot of the removals. So that I've just realised I was looking at the RebelNet page, not actually showing you on it. So yeah, and then the second half was more bullying, where I even went as far as I even went as far as trying to score early, in the hope that I would have 2 turns left to go for the third one. That was the level of what's the word,
Problems
hubris.
the Amazons were having.
Yeah, and my own hubris at this point.
I didn't enjoy this game.
No, after
that seems fair.
I mean, I can't say I enjoyed the game after the first quarter. It wasn't like describing the last 3 quarters of the game as a game at all is possibly a bit unfair. But yeah, and I killed the plus strength. The Big Bertha died. Wasn't even like that was a. I just need to make a block to push something out of the way type block, if I remember rightly. It wasn't even a foul or anything killy. Just one of those.
Big Rita.
Big Rita, yeah.
I think there was a Big Bertha, but did she miss this game?
As the second one, I was trying to read 2 names. Mentally read 2 names at once.
Oh no, there she is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was it. Minus strength was the thing, and the Apo rolled dead.
Oh, you might as well take the dead.
Yeah, which he did do.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Made a completion on Aftar Tharasso, who I assume is a bought MVP. I remember.
I would say so.
I have a feeling that Rob got a good level up. Did it make up for this? I can't remember.
It was a normal.
Oh, it was a block then. Block or wrestle?
It was wrestle. I've just looked.
Yeah. But still, still a good, Amazon team.
Good to have more of those players
Mm-hmm.
there. No, he hasn't got 2 strength and 2 agi anymore. No.
1 strength and 3 agi instead. I mean,
Yeah, but 2 of them are on the same person.
That's even better though. That's like.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking Zons. Anyway.
You don't expect to see Agility 5 on an Amazon team very often. Or ever, really.
No. I also lost a player, but just a block lineman.
Block lineman.
So if anything, probably reducing my bloat a little bit. And we
I
both.
was going to say he could have done with having the MVP, but at least your MVP went to someone that's not going to level.
Yeah.
So
MVP was wasted for both of us. Roxana got the Zon one, and my already level 7 Blitzer got this one as well.
Yep.
There are 3 teams in G-Man with Agi 5 Zons, and I'm aware of a Nurgle player with an Agi 5 as well.
There's probably only about 10 Amazon teams.
Yeah, that's true, actually. There aren't that many Zons, are there?
There aren't normally many Zons. Especially once you get out of Division 5 as well. There's normally not many Zons at all knocking around.
Because they get murdered, because they're rubbish. God damn.
Yeah, there's some Zon hate.
Yeah. Occasionally I forget, because, I'm not playing against it. And actually, at this kind of TV, they're not a hard team to beat. It's just when you're starting out and you haven't got any tackle. Oh my god, I hate playing against them so much. Anyway,
Fair enough.
so loads of people predicted this result, which is sweet.
Although saying that, there's one Amazon team in all of the Division 3s.
Well, that's only 3 on teams, right?
Yeah, but that's still quite impressive that there's one Zon team in each of the Div 3s.
Okay. Rob says he's ditching them this season, which is good.
Ooh.
One less Zon team.
Unless he's going back to Zons again.
Maybe he's ditching
Just back where they're more powerful.
Maybe he's going to annoy me, and he's gonna go from Zons to High Elves just to irritate me.
I don't know why High Elves annoy you.
Huh, huh,
Oh, yeah, the
huh.
noises are irritating, actually.
Yeah, like it's entirely the noises in Blood Bowl 5, Blood Bowl 2
Yeah.
that that irritate me.
There's 3 Amazon teams in Division 3. And then there's one Amazon team in Division 4. So any other Amazon teams will be in the 5s.
Yeah.
And there's none in 1 or 2.
I'd imagine none of the 5s have an Agi 5 Zon. So there are 4 Zon teams in proper league, and 3 of them have Agi 5. That's pretty frightening.
I suppose you keep them. Oh, is there an Amazon in 2A? I must have missed them. Damn it.
It's complicated. Wow.
Yeah, apparently seeing stuff is not easy.
2028 SPP Vampire.
Is that when you get the next level up in the cyanide thing?
In the cyanide thing, when you get to 1,000, it
levels you, pity levels you.
It overruns, buffer overrun. Is that the right phrase? That's
something like that.
Yeah. It cycles around, so you get a new level. No, so you actually get a new level at 1006 SPP.
Wow.
And then at 1016, you'll get another level. So
that's ridiculous. Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Resets the clock.
Sorry, the silence is me actually putting people's thingy scores in.
I'm a little bit more silent because I'm also just trying to count Amazons.
I think counting.
So, yeah.
Is counting Zons a way to get to sleep as well? Wait a second.
No, it's not.
Okay. Everyone has been updated.
There's not many in Division 5. There's like 1 or 2 in there. Okay. I counted, but then lost count. So yeah, there's not many.
So
there are not a lot of Amazons around.
That Vampire has played more games than quite a lot of coaches, because 600 games for that one Vampire is pretty...
that's probably more than me.
Yeah.
I would not be shocked if that's more than me.
In Blood Bowl 2 at least, you mean, altogether?
Possibly altogether. Possibly. I'm not sure. It's probably a similar amount.
Anyway, talking of Vamps, last game.
Woo!
Orcs versus Vamps. Organised Crisis against G-Cell.
Yep, that's the ones.
And what do I have a look at my thing? What happened in this? Oh, I've got long notes. I got excited about this. I wrote more. Oh, the beginning of this game. So you don't expect to roll 3 skulls on your first block.
No.
But if you do, you should move your players to cover the ball before making any more blocks.
If you've used your reroll there, yes.
I mean, you should probably cover the ball before you make the 3 dice block, even if three skulls is surprising, because basically,
if you're willing to use the reroll on the block, it's not the end of the world if you don't do it, I suppose.
I mean, it's not the end of the world, but wait, I should check to make sure he's not got any levels before I start showing his team, actually. La la la. So, Organised Crisis did roll 5 skulls in his first turn.
Wow.
Which obviously is bad. But this is where, people always say, protect the ball before you do blocks. Or if you do use a reroll, then you should definitely protect
then
the ball.
definitely protect the ball. Yeah, agreed.
If you get 3 skulls on 3 dice, that doesn't mean you're not going to get 2 skulls on the next 2 dice block you roll. It's
No, at that point, once you've used your reroll, you've got to be a bit more conservative about how you're playing,
yeah.
even for those sort of bits. I think.
And it's harsh, but one of the main things you do in Blood Bowl is you mitigate the risk, even if it's a
Yeah.
1 in 36. And 1 in 36s happen quite a lot.
Oh, they do.
So yeah, the orcs made 2 blocks in their first turn, used the reroll on the first one, which was 3 skulls, got 2 skulls on the second one, hadn't moved anyone next to the ball, which was literally next to no one. And the vampires made a cage 2 squares away from where the ball was, and then GFI'd a player onto the ball and threw it back into the cage.
Yes.
And the orcs did really well to recover. They recovered relatively well from that.
As well as you can.
Um,
It's not easy to get back from that
yeah,
because they're not the fastest team either.
no,
So.
but and the ball like scatters free and stuff. The vamps are not the fastest team either, right?
No,
So
that's also true.
um,
Although there's a movement 8 vamp on this team.
there is a movement 8. Yeah, I mean, like yes, the vamps didn't play badly, and I think making that kind of error of not protecting the ball like that is a big mistake. And it doesn't matter how bad the dice are, you should be ready for
To
quads.
mitigate them.
Yeah, you should be ready for quad skulls on your first block, or even hexa skulls. It happens, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the vamps
Move
do.
one player next to it so you've got at least the tiniest bit of protection.
Yeah,
Then make your block.
like there wasn't even a screen. There was like a gap in between orcs, right in like there was the ball, and there was a corridor between the ball to the vampire players with no orcs in it. Like not even a screen, not even a wall of players on the front line. There was the players who were going to do the hitting, and then a gap, and then other orcs, and then in between that gap was where the ball had landed. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was bad play from Organised Crisis not to have moved players before he made the 3 die block, let alone after he used his reroll, was bad. The vampires score, turn 7.
Yeah, because you're probably going to need to protect where the ball is anyway later in the turn.
Yeah.
Before you do the pickup.
Yeah.
So why? Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't do that before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
fair enough.
Vamp score turn 7, orcs get a few blocks in, then it's the Vamp drive, and they score relatively as quickly as Vamps can with movement 6 and without being too dangerous and bloodlust and everything. So it's 2-0 up on turn 12. Orcs do a really good 2-turn, moving the ball from their own touchdown line to the other end of the pitch to score. But obviously, too little, too late. 2 turns left, 3, maybe even 3 turns left, and the Vamps just pick up the ball. They feign going forward in a cage and then run back. And the only player who can hit the ball is also the only player who can score. So there's nothing the Orcs can do to win.
Stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a good play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, well done to the Vampires. Woo.
Good work, G-Cell.
Yep. And a level for both teams. So the Black Orc blocker with block got a Kaz, leveled up.
I think we've had this discussion a few times now, haven't we? I think I like guard, and I think you want mighty blow.
No, I like 2 guard and 2 mighty blow. So he's only got 1 guard on a Black Orc at this point, and he's got 3 mighty blow. This is another guarder for me.
This is
time.
guard. Okay.
Yeah. I know that's
Fair
kind
enough.
of like
That might have been in the previous div
mm-hmm.
that we were talking about it last week.
Yeah, he has in fact gone for another guard, which
awesome
is a good idea. And basically, that's a complete Black Orc more or less now, isn't it? So
block guard, yeah.
The
anything else is just nice.
Yeah, exactly. Cherry on the top.
Yep.
Still, nice looking team.
Yeah.
Loads of money. Could do with a little bit more, but he's getting there. Even the thrower with dodge makes him worthwhile.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of them, but if it's got blodge, it makes him a very reliable carrier.
Yeah.
If slow. But I suppose you don't want to outpace the Black Orcs too much.
No. Pretty good, round out of SPP actually. Touchdown, 2 completions, 4 cows. Nice.
Yeah. And a lot of it spread out amongst the blockers as well.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I like it.
Mm-hmm. And the Vamps also level a Vampire, Blodge, Tackle, with 2 completions. So I guess, was that actual Vanity passing?
I think it could have been. If it was 2-0 up at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Once we got to the 2-1, did he do vanity passing at the end there?
Oh, yeah. 3 passes is more than... Actually, I don't know. I can't remember.
But that level, he's got a couple of pro, so he might go pro again. But I'd quite like to see sidestep, because that's quite annoying.
I like sidestep. I want him to have sidestep too.
Yeah.
You want to have a player who's as Vamps, you want to have a player who you don't need to activate. And sidestep players being kind of once they're in the mix, can be really irritating, and you can kind of choose what direction they're going in a little bit, and they take up a lot of space and stuff. Sidestep is...
So you could potentially not have to activate him.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite.
Yeah.
For like Blodge Step, like 2 or 3 Blodge Step Vamps standing in a line on the pitch is a real problem for an opponent to deal with.
I think the guy we had in our division last season, didn't he have 5 blodge step vamps or something?
Was it the Sir? No, that was... Yeah, but basically, given the choice, that would be the... So, in the UK BBL, one of my opponents, the Sir, he's in Rebel now, I think. But he was playing Blodge Step Vamps, where 5 of them have Blodge Step, or something like that. But yeah, you got 2 who got Pro, which are going to be your 2 that you activate, and then sidestep and Blodge is a great combination of just taking up space, in my opinion. Another option...
It was Supra last season.
It was Supra.
Yeah.
Okay. The other option, I guess, is diving tackle. Like, you already got tackle.
Do you really want them on the floor?
You don't need to. You don't need to put them on the floor.
I suppose you'd...
And it's
if they've got diving tackle, they could end up on the floor from that. I suppose they can still gaze from the floor.
But you choose to put them on the floor. You don't have to put them on
the
floor. You do, yeah. And the threat of diving tackle...
The threat of diving tackle is better when people realise it's there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, but the threat... I mean, the entire purpose of diving tackle is the effect it has on people, where they prioritise not moving away from the diving tackle before doing other things. So you often end up with more hits and stuff because of that. Anyway.
Yeah.
I do like...
That's fair.
Diving tackle, even on Vamps.
I like diving tackle. I've never got to it on Vamps, but I've not played a huge amount of Vamps.
He's gone for sidestep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
G-Cell says diving tackle is not for Vamps. I disagree, but fine. There are the trouble with Vamps is there are loads of skills you want to put on them. Like you'd put like a guard in there somewhere. Anyway.
Ideally on one of the sidestepping ones.
Yeah. But sidestepping, tackle, diving tackle, also great.
That would be annoying.
Yep. But yeah, well done, G-Cell. And that's it, right? That's all the games.
Yep.
Okay, so the coming week. Oh, actually, we'll have a quick look at the... So first of all, Harmel is now 2 wins above everyone else.
I need guard. Yep.
Yeah. Ravers and Zinj in 2nd and 3rd, and me in 4th. Hooray! And Kemri. And
you're back into a promotional potential spot.
Yeah, or in a Champion Leagues, whatever it was. What's the Sippy Cup
Champions
called?
Cup.
Yeah, that one.
Challengers Cup.
Challengers Cup. Anyway, week 7, halfway through the season. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and in fact, the first game is my team against the beaten up Lizards.
The freshly even more beaten up Lizards.
Well, I mean, they only lost one Saurus. They didn't lose a Strength 6 Saurus this week, so I guess
No, it's true.
and he's got. Oh no, he's not got loads of money. So that means
I think they've lost 200k of like team value since the start of the season. Because I'm sure they started about 1600. Obviously, 100 of that was from that double strength up Saurus, but they are slowly getting whittled down to nothing.
Going back to the vampires, G-Self says I kind of need sidestep or stand firm first to make it really useful.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like vamps, I'd get. Yeah. I don't know.
I think guard by itself is useful, but if we're going for the option of not wanting to move the player too much, getting sidestep on them first and then getting guard means that you might not have to activate the following turn to get it back into place.
Yeah, I said this last week and I say it again. I think guard is like, I think vamps are the team that least need guard. So I think every team really wants guard.
I think having one would still help.
Yeah, and you want
a
that.
lot.
You want that one because you're moving that one into a position to do stuff. Like it guards, although it's kind of what's the word? You know, although it works all the time. There's a word for that, which I've forgotten. But you know, you're active about using it because you generally have to place it somewhere. So you're still activating it. Anyway, but
Fair
yeah.
enough.
So I don't think it needs to go with sidestep, but or stand firm. I guess it makes it more annoying. Anyway, sorry.
It does.
Upme's Lizards, who have bought again for the
another Saurus.
third week in a row, another Saurus. Now they have no money, so if I actually kill another one, they're not going to be able to replace it. They have 12 players, 14-14.
If they somehow get double fame or win and get single fame, and get a 6, they could replace it.
Oh, is that they're only 80? Jesus.
They're 80. Yep.
Okay, fine.
But it's unlikely.
It's
if one dies, it's very unlikely they're going to get one back.
And my team that are currently 320 TV above with 11 players. Who do you think is going to win?
I think I've got to carry on with my normal voting, haven't I?
I mean, yeah, you're welcome to carry on with, you know. Do you want to try and?
I think you are going to win, but I can't. I can't bring myself to vote for you. I don't think.
What is my?
I think it's just too difficult for them.
Do I even have a home stadium? I don't think I do. No. Level 1, not even upgraded the stadium because Kislev are expensive and bloaty, and you spend all your time replacing expensive bloaty Kislev players, and no time buying stuff like that.
I managed to get my stadium upgraded. That's as far as I got.
Okay.
I've still not managed to afford the enhancement yet.
No.
I think I only got that because of an admin game.
Oh, Rob's asking G-Cell about his spam. Elf turf.
Oh, elf turf.
Which, you know, is my favourite looking turf. Favourite looking pitch. I've got elf turf on my rats, but only because it looks good.
That's going to go fast.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's a really difficult game for the Lizards.
It should be.
They want to be dodging skinks away and stuff like that. But you've got players with diving tackle, which causes issues. You've got a killer who can jump around and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy game for them.
No.
I'm going to vote for them still.
Upme is a very good player.
I feel like I have to. Yeah.
I
don't think that he's going to get too much from the inducements. He might be able to get, a wizard and hemlock.
Imagine if he had.
which might work.
Imagine if he had 430 TV inducements.
What, so they could get Silly Billy and a wizard?
Because
Could you get that for that price?
I'm
I don't know. I can't remember.
I'm considering getting a blitzer.
Ooh.
Could you get Silly Billy for that price? No, you couldn't.
I think Silly
And a wizard.
Billy's
No,
is Silly Billy 230 or 260?
250.
I don't think it's 300. Is he?
It's
250.
250.
So it's 400.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's 400.
So I suppose that's the difference then, isn't it? If you get a new blitzer, then he can afford Silly Billy rather than Hemlock. Which I don't know. I think Hemlock would be useful to get some more speed because you're probably not going to be getting easy blocks on the Saurus, even though they don't have much guard just because of the strength 4.
I think. I've got my only guard is my catcher as well. So
yeah.
I'm not going to want to.
You've only got the one guard, so I'm not sure how much of an advantage having Silly Billy will be. Because you're not going to get a huge number of blocks anyway, maybe?
No, I'm probably going to be just leaping to hit
Punch a
lizards
skink.
or the ball.
Yeah. So Hemlock might be better in that instance. It's difficult.
Yeah. So maybe I should buy a blitzer in the hope that he has so much money that he doesn't know what to do with it. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much we should be talking about that part when you're thinking about it for the game. But yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether or not it's going to be a benefit for him or not if you get that and if he can afford more. I don't know what the other options are really because I can't remember most of the Saurus things. They get a chainsaw possibly?
Yeah, helmet?
Chainsaw bribe, helmet bribe, wizard. Maybe if you went up to the 400k rather than Silly Billy. If he wants to just try and remove you.
I mean, one of the other options is to go for 2 more linemen. And
yeah,
just
get some more skinks in so that he's got replacements.
No, I mean, I'm going to get. I might.
Oh, you're going to get.
I'm probably going. I'm going to buy more. I have 11 players at the moment. I'm definitely going to buy a 12th player. That 12th player could be any of the 3 positional choices, or I could get 2 linemen and have 13. That's probably excessive. But I like having a bench.
I think I'd like to see another blitzer, just because they're really annoying players.
Yep. Anyway, I'm going for me. Anyway, obviously.
I thought you would, and I'll go against you because obviously.
Yeah, cool. All right, so
that's been set as the schedule now, so I can't change it.
Yeah. Next is Bloodhorse Rift Cannons, now 2,000 TV chorfs because the balls are both back.
Got his balls back.
What's the record with Bear Gills? It's pretty close to average, 37, 32. But this is a team that has died and is like currently on the rebirth. You know, like this is worse than it was 2 seasons ago or 3 seasons ago.
So 2060 Chorf, 1924. Although the Chorfs have got 60k of money. So 2000 Chorf.
Ah, okay. Good point.
Oh, and the Orcs have got a load of money as well. God's sakes.
So
like they're doing it just to be difficult. 1870.
Like the money basically
2000.
cancels out, and
yeah,
you know, so 10 less, 50, 80, 10, 30 difference.
Yeah. So they could potentially get like a wizard if they wanted it. They could get a bit of a hobo squad this time. Not quite as much, sadly.
You mean wait? It's the orcs who get.
Oh, it's the orcs that are getting it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was hoping to see another hobo squad.
They've already got 13 players as well. They're not going to bother.
No.
It's bribed for me, or 2 bribes.
They've got 1 dirty player, so a bribe, yeah. What, you think you'd spend some of the money bribing a babe?
Oh, I was thinking spend some of the money, 2 bribes.
2 bribes.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You've got make piling on less of an option by stamping on everything you see. And also,
I'm
there's
guessing that's the Chaos Dwarfs plan as well, to be honest.
well, the castles only have 13 players, so stamping with no,
They're still going to stamp with the dirty player one, I would imagine.
yeah, they will, but not as much, maybe.
They'll be a bit more discerning in what they go for.
So the question is, does the Claw Kill team murder the AV9 team, or does the general Mighty Blow on the AV9 team remove the non-AV9?
Hobgoblins.
Yeah.
Or the AV8 bulls.
Mm.
It's an interesting one. Normally you'd go for the Chaos Dwarves in this, I think, wouldn't you? Because orcs don't play so well going up against team value, especially not against other fighting teams.
Yeah, especially against other Clawy teams.
Claw fighting teams, especially.
Yeah.
But it's just whether or not that they've got a lot of Mighty Blow. There's quite a lot of Armor 9, but the 2 bulls being both Armor 8, I don't know. I feel like that might make a bit of a difference on this one.
I don't like the movement 5 Bull Centaur.
No.
I'd actually fire and rehire him.
Yeah, he's got enough money to do it as well at the moment.
Yeah. And that would lower the TV by enough that the Chorfs would be the one getting the inducements. I think.
Would it?
No, it wouldn't.
No, the Orcs would get 30k.
No, because it depends. So they're also spending their money, right? So if the Orcs...
Yeah, but I'm guessing the Orcs are spending their money as well, just to get rid of it, if nothing else.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there's 130k there, because they'll do that. Because they'll both get rid of their money one way or another.
Yeah.
And so, what, 5 skills on that Bull Centaur, so 100k? Because there's no doubles?
Yep.
So 30k for the Orcs. The Orcs won't get their bribe that way. Neither of them.
G-Cell mentions...
He fouled me more.
Yeah.
Organised Crisis fouled every turn.
I mean, that's kind of the point in having... Was it 14?
30 player.
Well, not just 30 player, but a lot of Orcs.
Yeah.
More Orcs than you really need, right? 13 players?
Yep.
Orcs are rarely going to need a bench, right?
Something's going to have gone horribly wrong if they really need a bench, yeah. I'm going to go for a draw, I think, on this one.
Oh, interesting.
It's probably relatively unlikely because one side's going to snowball or the other, but I'll go with a draw and assume that neither side manages to break the other one down.
I'm going for the Chorfs on this one.
That's fair. It is a difficult game for the Orcs.
Okay, next is Glart Deathgrips Jr. against Dullfangs II. Ooh, Underworld against Vampires.
Two weird teams.
I mean, they're not that... Fine, whatever. Does everyone get loads of money this week? What happened? What did everyone get a secret? Oh, wait.
What?
There was that thing where everything gets doubled in payouts.
There was bugs, weren't there?
And I wonder if that's been affecting people. Has anyone noticed that they've suddenly got loads of extra SPP? Anyway, would you admit to it?
You could probably figure it out through looking at like rebel.net and comparing it, couldn't you?
Yeah, it was SPP as well as cash. Everything gets doubled, so SPP and cash both get doubled. But you can't see on the game reports. The game reports show the correct amount of SPP, but then the players get double afterwards. So, wait, does it show that? Does it actually show double on the thing? Well, definitely not anyway, because I think it shows double here. But I'm not sure. Anyway,
we could probably figure it out.
Yeah, we could do, but I'm not going to. So
no, that's not. It'll take a while.
Yeah, exactly. So the Vamps are down to 13 players.
Yep, missing 2 thralls.
Although they do have enough money to buy another one back if they really want to.
Yeah. We've got 30k.
And that's with 1870 against 1730 Underworld, who have 14 players as well.
Guessing the Underworld. Oh, are they playing? I think they're playing away, are they?
They're playing at home
No,
again.
Underworld are playing at home. So
another
what?
cheap
Bribe and a bomber.
bomber, and what was the other one? They got didn't they get?
They might even be able to afford
Skitter.
Skitter. Yeah, and Skitter makes a huge difference. So yeah, they can get bomber and Skitter again.
I mean, when you got 16 players, you don't really need a bribe, do you? And
No.
Skitter is good.
Skitter's amazing. Not sure, Rob Top.
Oh, what did you
I'm
ask?
guessing they're trying to find it out, but I'm not sure. Rebel admins, are they trying to find what the glitch did? Or are they relying on honesty?
I don't know about Rebel. I don't know if it's actually mentioned in Rebel, but in Clan, they're definitely searching.
Oh, it was Clan I saw it on.
Yeah. So, the thing is, I imagine that the most obvious way of fixing it involves RebelNet, and would involve making extra calls to Cyanide API to look up teams now as well as the end of game report and comparing the two. But
Yeah.
so and if that's Clan, then they're going to get Major Bytes to do it, and if they get Major Bytes to do it, then he's going to do it for the main league as well. I would have thought.
Probably a bit more difficult to do it in the main league because of rebuilding the team and stuff to undo the things that have happened.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're talking about actually fixing stuff or.
Don't know. Or if they're just trying to find out. No idea. Sorry, GCL, I think I'm going to go Underworld on this one. If they're going to get Skitter, Skitter's really annoying. Mostly you don't really want to score on him, but if it's going to win you the game, you can do. And that extra movement 9 piece is incredible on that team.
And he's got stab, which is pretty good against thralls.
Yep.
And they've got a kill team, although he was afraid of using it
They've
before.
got 2 killers. Yeah.
I'm nervous. So you're going to go for the Underworld win.
Yep.
I'm going to go for the draw. How
Fair
about
enough.
that?
Yep.
Yeah. I think the Vamps do have a chance as well, but
I definitely agree.
It's hard to make a decision. All right, so next is the Byzantine Bashers against We Are Zons. Toaster Baits, no tackle Chaos team. Oh no, they're one tackle Chaos team.
One tackle, yeah, mono tackle.
Mono tackle. 2000 TV with 14 players.
Versus 11 Amazons at 1520.
Yeah.
So 500k of inducements.
Is Rob going to go for what's her name again? Roxana?
G-Cell says that he's going to start winning now, maybe.
Yeah.
Nice.
Vampires are tough. I would like to see you win, but I'm going to go for the draw because I think I'm going to try hard and I don't want to lose points. I think that's more likely than you winning.
Yeah.
But yeah, so even without tackle, I mean, there's a lot of mighty blow here, right?
Yeah, there will be a lot of mighty blow on the team.
Well, there's still 4.
There's a lot of claw as well,
which is totally wasted.
Yep. So it's essentially 1900, but giving away an extra 100 of inducements.
Yeah, no, I agree with Ravers. Chef is not worth 300k.
No.
It's worth it when you've run out of other good things to take, and sometimes it'll win you games. But also, this team has loads of block and wrestle and sure hands, and this probably doesn't need to reroll very much. So being down rerolls isn't going to hurt that much.
No. Unless it happens to take all of them.
Even if it takes all of them.
Which is unlikely. Yeah. He's still got the tools to do most things.
Hmm.
And he's got the sure hands as well.
The
I'm
claw
thinking
is a lot of wasted TV,
it is wasted TV.
but then inducements are generally wasted TV too, right?
Yeah, inducements aren't as good as having the players. So Roxana and a wizard for recovery, maybe.
I don't like Roxana
I
at
don't
all.
like. I'm not a huge fan of her, but
Uh,
I know that's what Rob Top went for last time.
almost no tackle chaos. I'd be going for Stabby. What's the name? Um, uh,
Hemlock,
no, Zara. Zara the Sniper.
Zara.
Yeah.
Eh,
Strength 4, blodge.
yeah,
Difficult to deal with. Jump up for extra hits.
you could probably still get the wizard then as well.
Yeah.
But I don't think you get much more because I think she's like 250 or 260, isn't she?
270. Yeah.
270.
So
420 would leave you nearly 100k left.
as a bribe.
Yep. Zara and wizard probably right. Yeah. Either that or I don't think it's worth trying to go for the foul heavy when he's got that many players.
Oh, helmet's 110. Get some chainsawing on. Like the fouling is more about trying to stop him from piling on, right?
Yeah.
It's to make the pile on riskier.
Riskier.
Having said all that, I'm going for the chaos. You know, good luck, Rob, but yeah, good luck. I think the pals will remove
I think I've been going for a lot of draws this week, but I think I'm going to go draw again.
This is only your second draw. I went for a draw
All right.
last one. Yeah.
Oh, that's not too bad then. Yeah, I'll go for a draw again.
And next we have Fecal Fantasy 7, Zinj's Murder Chaos team, Murgle Nurgle team, I should say, against the Rylith Dreamers. Oh, the
murdered Chaos team.
Oh yeah, they
the
are
recently murdered Chaos team.
Yeah, they aren't as scary as they used to be, were they?
They are nowhere near as scary as they used to be. Losing the secondary killer and a warrior. That's probably why he's not buying a new warrior yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother buying a warrior against
Zinj's team.
No.
Either. That is very good timing for Zinj, yep. Ugh. So he's going to get 2 Beastmen, Journeymen, which is going to put him 15, 20. There's no Beast at least. So he's going to get 400k. What on earth do you do with 400k to try and make it competitive against that Nurgle team?
Against the Claw team.
Yep. You could try the inducing the dirty player maybe, and a bribe. But I'm not sure whether that'll work.
You definitely need more bench.
Yeah.
As you know, some form or other, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Even if you just pad out with, you do the equivalent of the Hobgoblin, phalanx.
Hobgoblin rush.
Yeah.
What? 4 Journeyman Beastmen? Do you afford that? Are they 50k each?
They're 90 each. So they're 60 plus 30 for the loner.
Yeah.
So 90 each. So 400 means 4.
You get 4 of them. Be left with 40k. Probably put 10k of your own to get the babe for in case he's getting knockouts as removals to try and keep yourself at 11 at all times. But that feels fairly. Ugh. Wizard and as many loners as you can get. So that'd be a wizard and 2 loners.
Not enough loners.
Wizard, 2 loners and a babe. Probably not enough. Or wizard, 2 loners and then a little bit of his own money to get 3 loners and a wizard.
Tough, isn't it? Well, but anyway, yeah.
3 loners and a wizard you could probably afford actually. Or you'd only have to put in like 10k or something.
Like,
so
do you want to spend? Oh yeah, you're right.
For 10k,
Yeah.
well, I think he can just afford it.
Yeah.
Or it might be 10k. I'm not
I
sure if my
mean,
numbers are quite right.
it's about
But
yeah. I think you're about right. It's 10 or 20 at most.
yeah,
Um,
for that much, it might be worth it.
yeah, I think you're right.
I know you've got a lot of players to replace,
But 10k is not gonna make that
but
much
you're already
difference.
on 150k, and you're going to get some money.
Yeah.
If you're only spending 10k, you're guaranteed to get that back, even if everything goes horribly wrong.
So, who are you actually going to predict wins?
I think I'm going to have to go for Zinj.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
already
it's too difficult.
scrawled my letter next to Zinj's.
I voted for Nibbon every other time, but this one I don't think. Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
In too bad a state. Yep.
Imagine if it's a draw. Could be a draw.
You're not going to persuade me.
No, that was
Not
me.
this time.
That was the sound of me almost persuading myself.
Ooh.
But anyway. All right, so next is the Full Metal Alchemists against 1066 and all that.
Is this going to be another one of those games where XCAM goes up quickly and then slowly gets whittled away?
Has XCAM actually got a whole team? No, he's not got a whole team.
Oh, surely not.
How foolish of me to suggest such a thing.
I don't think that's ever happened.
He's got enough money to actually have a whole team. He's got enough money to have a bench.
Wow. Enough money to have a bench.
Yeah, you'd have
Cheers,
to.
Rob Top.
Cheers.
Later, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting later and later.
Almost. One more game after this. Come on.
Yep.
See it through to the end. I would actually get a bench, which would cost him 180 of his 190 money.
Yep.
Would give him a TV of like 900.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. My Blood Bowl client's just crashed, so I can't actually check it myself, the numbers.
No, it's fine. Let's just pretend I'm right and let's not argue about it too much.
Yep, that's the plan.
Which leaves the 13 player Kemri team with 150 TV of inducements and 100 TV of bank. But I'm guessing they won't bother spending any money on bank, and they'll just get a bribe or 2 bribes. So that would spend a bit of money. But yeah.
I don't think the babes are ever really worth it for Cambry with the amount of fixed skull and stuff they've got going on as well. And especially against a team that's not really going to be hurting them.
And they're going to be fouling all the time.
Scary team for Rails to face. Yes, if they can get them on the floor, they're going to be hurt.
And strip ball against, a team that relies on using short hands to pick the ball up.
Isn't great.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go for Camry.
Yeah. No, I can't justify the draw. I'm going to go for Camry.
Okay.
It's not off. That's like 2 in a row. That's probably the most we've had.
And this brings us on to our last game of the week. A real 6-pointer. The second place.
I've just realised who I've not voted for yet.
Serpents of Innerrock against Harmall's 2+ Supreme Leaders. So you're going for the High Elves by that.
I am indeed. Yep.
Now this is the week where he definitely should not be winning, right?
You said that last week.
And the week before.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I didn't say definitely.
I don't think you said it the week before. I think last week you said he should lose this.
Yeah, we should it's not that he should lose, but I want him to lose, and at some point he's got to lose. So I'm going to stick with him losing. He has 140, so he's on 1750. Oh Christ!
The guard player being missing is bad.
That's 11 players. Okay. So basically there's a wizard for Harmall and nothing else. Both teams have 11 players.
It's not going to be an easy one.
Raver says, better hope I win to keep the division competitive.
You've already persuaded the person that's in your div. He's already on your side.
Yeah. I'm going for Ravers, but
Or it's actually probably less on your side, just more against Harmore, rather than being on anyone's side, really.
We don't need to be too specific about the reasons for things like this, do we?
No, that's fair enough. Yeah, I was definitely going Harmore. I think it will be a tough one again. Although I think I said that last week as well. But he keeps finding ways to win.
Yeah.
It's not that much inducements for Ravers because he's got Journeyman.
What was it? 250 actually. It might have been 250. You know. Yeah, 1750 against 2000. It is 250.
Oh right, okay.
Maybe he'll.
Does he go Wizard or does he just go Moranion maybe for an extra tackle player who's strength 4? It's quite annoying to deal with.
I'd pick the
I'd
Wizard.
probably still go Wizard, yeah.
I wouldn't mind a 12th player though.
Well, you could get a Wizard and a 12th player. Get a Wizard and a lineman for 250.
Yeah, exactly. Wizard and Merc.
Yep. That'll let him do the fouling that he likes doing as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, sorted. And I have already posted our thing into the channel where I always forget to post it.
Bonus. So it is.
There you go. All right.
Not a lot of people voting for the away teams this week.
Of the
Out of
two
us two.
of the two of
Yeah.
us, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, me not at all. I've done one draw.
Yep.
All the others are home.
Yep.
Just you voting.
Believing in the home advantage.
Yeah.
Not sure how much of an advantage it actually is normally, but yep, fair enough. Ah. 22:45. Not bad.
As in, not that late.
Not as late as last week.
Does it say somewhere how long we were going for? It does, doesn't it?
It does.
3
yes.
hours and 5 minutes.
Yep. That's a good 30 minutes shorter than last week's.
Yeah. Okay.
But bonus.
And
We're near enough at the 3 hour mark.
Yeah, as much as you keep interrupting and trying to keep it going for another half an hour of whatever. I'm going to raid Dimmy.
Cool.
But thank you everyone for coming along, and thank you Spoon.
Cool. Thank you for having me again on here after a season and a half of putting up with me.
Yep, cool. Fine. And thanks for everyone who watched, and hello and goodbye. And I'm going to start the raid now, and then there's that interminable wait for the bar.
Cheers, guys.
Anyway, yeah. Cheers. Goodbye.
Bye. More than an hour